Hey everybody, how are y'all doing? Sorry I'm late. Emergency. My daughter's phone got dropped in water, so sorry about that. Also, I was trying to add some stuff to a banner, which hopefully I can still do uh, during this stream. So, hey Terry Lynn, how are you doing? Hey everybody in the chat. Um, we have several things to talk about. If you're new here, my name is Brooke, and this is my channel, and Terry Lynn is my guest. Please like and subscribe and all that stuff to help support this channel. We have several things to talk about today. Several things. Terry Lynn, how are you? You there? If you're there, you're muted. I'm going to do a quick shout out to everybody in the chat. Hey, Mother Teresa. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Sassy. Hey, Sly. Sorry, Mr. Call Sly. Hey, Cosmic. Hey, Katie. Hey, Sassy. Hey, Nurse Jen. I keep forgetting. I said, hey, Lisa with the E. Hey, Harmony. Hey, Cole. Hey, Perfect. Hi, Amanda. And I think that's everybody for right now. Terry Lynn, can you hear me? Terry Lynn. Oh, I guess not. Oh, okay. She's going to be right back. I guess then in that case, we'll start out with, like I said, we've got a few things to cover tonight. So I couldn't believe when I saw John's post that the news of Jason Hitch passing away has been brought to our attention today. If you guys don't know, Jason was a season 2 90-day Fiancé cast member. He was married, but believe got divorced to Cassia. And I watched his season, but I didn't watch their season until way after their season aired. I had just recently gotten to know Jason. We didn't talk all that often, but when we did, he was just always a riot and always a character. I was just absolutely shocked when I heard this news today. So please, if you guys will take a minute to just pray to whoever you pray to and hope that this family gets healing. He was only 45 years old, and that this is just really, really heartbreaking to me. I just couldn't believe it when I saw that. So it's just really, really, really sad. Oh, there's Terry Lynn back. I never ever see this stuff. I'm back. And he passed away of the C word, which I don't think that YouTube appreciates people saying that, so I don't want to say that. But I'm sure you can context clues understand what I'm trying to get at. But I just wanted to mention that shortly. Like I said, I did not know him perhaps as well as other bloggers or other people in the community, but he always made me laugh every single time he came into my DMs or into my comments on my post. He just always had something funny to say, and I just appreciated the time I got to know him. He was a real nice person. Moving right along to something, Terry Lynn, I don't even know how, you know how I am, and I don't ever know how to start things out like this. So I'm going to let you go ahead and start this out.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
I don't mind. Hello, everybody. I'm pretty sure that we all know that someone close to us we all know that Dee has lost a child. And she has another daughter, or she has a daughter that is going through some things that she's battling, and with his death has brought on other emotions that has kind of grounded Dee to being the one that her grandbaby has to lean on right now.
Yeah.
So
So go ahead.
we want to put out her Cash App and her Venmo for anybody that would like to help her until she can get back to what she does, and that's work her ass off.
Hmm.
Because
And
I'm pretty
I
sure she would do it for us.
in a heartbeat, and not only that, but like oh, like Terry Lynn just said, her grandbaby is she's taking care of her grandbaby while her other child gets treatment. They just had a completely huge tragedy happen within their family. Um, and like Terry Lynn just said, it kind of they're not, and not everybody's handling it very well. And Dee had every intention on just continuing to grind and work regardless, because in Dee's words, she has no choice.
Mhm.
Um, and then this happened to where now she doesn't have a choice at all, and she's not. I mean, and she is the matriarch of the household. She is of the family. She is the head of the household. She provides for her kids. And here we are, 10 days before Christmas, and these worlds falling apart. And it's the least that we can do. I don't care. I mean, if it's $1 or $5 or literally, I know this is a tight time of year with money for everybody, but I think that we are a large enough community that even the littlest amount would help to at least give Dee some money to pay her bills, and so that she doesn't fall behind while having to deal with losing her son. So I didn't get a chance to put her Cash App up. Terry Lynn, if you could do that for
I'm
me in
gonna
the
do
chat,
that. Yeah.
I'm going to put it up on the screen. And then after that, I'm going to put it in the description. We're not touching any of this money. This money will go directly to Dee. And if anybody requires, I don't know, proof of what we're saying, you can DM me and we will provide that proof.
Absolutely.
So, like I said, I'll put it in the description. I also plan on sharing it in my IG story. Every little bit helps. And, it's, I can't even, it's hard for me to even talk about this, to be honest with you. Like it shell shocks me to even have to speak about it, because it just, I don't,
It's not. It's a mother's nightmare.
I can't even imagine. So, um, Terry
That
Lynn
right
just
there
put
is
up,
gonna be.
this is the Cash App, and it's $ I am I'm sorry, $ I am Paper Chaser LLC.
Lamp. It's like slam. That's the way it like
Oh,
I think it's
oh, is
like
it?
a yes, I think it's
It's
like
not
an
an
L.
I?
I think
Okay,
it's
it might
an
be an,
L because
okay,
of the LLC at the end. It also I think it's so it's like slam paper chaser is what I think it is.
okay.
But I'm gonna put
And
the Venmo too.
okay, so everybody, if you'll write that down, or just jot it down if you plan on um, just giving a little bit of money to help her with her bills. If and then I'll put up, like I said, I'll put it all the description. Are you sure it wouldn't be? I guess I believe what you're saying. You probably know better than me. But if it doesn't work with the L, then try it with an I. But that's the Cash App.
Maybe it is I am. I don't know. I'm not. I don't do Cash App. That's
I
why
think
I
it
was
is.
like, I do
I don't think she
Venmo.
would put. I don't think she would put the L. I think that she would say I am Paper
It
Chaser
is I
LLC.
am Paper Chaser LLC.
Yeah.
Look
So
at
it's
D
an I.
correcting it.
Does D have PayPal? Canada does not have Cash App. She's
She
got Venmo,
doesn't
no
have.
skin.
She has Venmo. Um,
I mean, I have PayPal. If somebody wants to PayPal me, I can send the receipt of me sending it to D, or me sending it to. I don't know how I would do it. I can figure it out
you
though.
just
Sending it,
you
uh,
could write a check after
or
you deposit it.
or I could just. I mean, I could deposit it in my bank and then send it through my Cash App to her.
That's true.
You know. I mean, I don't know, no skin. I could send it like with what is it for, with your name on it or whatever. Because I didn't realize that. I didn't even know. Terry Lynn and I had been talking about. I mean, we'd all been talking about doing something or figuring out something. But with it being D wasn't ready to tell anybody, and
Yeah,
so it was like,
it's her story.
how can we explain the magnitude of the situation without saying anything? So now that D has given everybody not everybody, us the go ahead so that we could try to start raising some money for her.
Yeah.
You know, that's why we had to wait for as long as we did to do so.
Yep. Yeah, we just want to help our friend. That's it. We just want to help our friend and help her get through this because there's no recovering, of course, from this. It's when he's ready to speak on it, she is going to speak on it, and she has a story to tell.
And she will be telling it. I think she's got plans to do so when she
Hmm.
feels like she can.
Yes.
Yes, that's correct, Sly. And
And
then,
anybody that
did you
knows
already?
Dee, they know that she loves her babies.
That's all I've ever heard from Dee, ever since I've met her, is how much she loves her children and how she would lay on the road and lay on a railroad track for those kids,
Hmm.
and that she was coming after you if you fucked with those kids.
Yep.
And I don't think this wasn't just something she said to. This was something she means with her whole heart. And let me tell you what else is her whole heart, is that little grandbaby. That is that that little
That is
baby
a fact. It's precious.
is is obsessed with her grandchild, and that grandbaby is obsessed with her Gigi.
Hmm.
So, also here is the. I'm gonna put this one up. Let's see, where in the world did it go?
Which one do you want?
And there, that this is the Venmo, and that's going to be Deborah Hippolyte 2 for the Venmo, and that's the correct spelling for that one. Um, I mean, there's 45 people in here. I'm sure over half of you are watching for the wrong reasons, but like, I know people that don't necessarily like me or like us. I know some of you still have hearts, and I'm literally, and this will be the only time I'm going to ask anybody that I don't get along with or that I don't necessarily care for. This will be the only time I'm ever going to ask for any of your help. And even, and I know the majority, maybe not even the majority, but I know some of you will be completely opposed to doing so. But I know, because I've seen it, that some of you guys over there still are human beings and have a heart. So, like I said, any amount. I think the lowest you can give with Cash App is $1.
So even if it's $1, like, and that's no shade, it will be accepted. It won't be returned because it's $1. Like, I'm being serious.
Uh,
Um, because it all adds up at the end.
and it's not for us.
Okay.
Do it for D.
Yeah. And I mean, and the reason I know that some of you over there have that compassion is because almost all of you over there have agreed to not give. Y'all didn't even know what was wrong with her. And all of you guys over there had the decency, almost all of you, if not all of them, maybe all of them actually, had the decency to, no questions asked, leave D alone. So, like I said, if we could, for one time in the history of this never ending saga, could come together to do one thing that's good, let it be this. Let's start somewhere. And this is something that desperately needs attention.
Yeah, and we'll take all the heat for anything. Just as long as if people just leave D alone. And y'all have. No one's bothered her
They
really.
have
And that
been
is really appreciated hugely. I would take all the heat in the world.
very. Hmm.
No problem. I'll take it. I will take it. And if you can't not afford to give, listen, prayers are always welcome.
Absolutely. Anything. And it, like, exactly, Terry Lynn. I'm glad you said that. It doesn't have to be money, it could be prayers, it could be just whatever. However, you can find a way. And Dee's not, I don't know if she deactivated. I know Dee's not been online at all. Um, so, like I said, we can all put our heads together and figure something out, even if it doesn't mean we all have to be friends. I'm talking about not the people that are in my chat, talking about everybody in this community, you know, it would be
Yeah, we're not all going to
forever.
always get along. But just as a community coming together, we'll forever be indebted.
Yeah. Um, so there's that. And it's going to be even like what I planned to go and talk about tonight. I don't want this. I don't want that to, and we'll talk about it later. I want that, like, this is, we started talking about this first just because of the severity of the circumstances of, like I said, Dee's now not able to work. It's one thing to have this happen, which is unimaginable to me. Right at Christmas, unimaginable. Like, it makes me sick to my stomach. And it has since I found out. And I have not, I just, I don't think it's
And
really
this is
sank in
her,
yet. But that,
yeah, this is her new life. This is her new norm. And we're not in her club. There may be some of you all that are. We're not. But we're here for
hey,
her.
Lisa, did you, I'm not sure when you came in, Lisa, but if, um, let's see.
Yeah,
Um,
he passed on the
yeah.
24th. He was 20 though. She's got a little, it's a rough ride right now. And
And again, I know people, and I hope you don't, because that's really fucking gross. But
what?
I'm just saying, I know people are going to just ask questions, and oh, and just, I can think of one person only in my mind right now. Only one human being that I feel is subhuman that would ever be tacky or nasty or say anything out of pocket about this. And I urge you, and you know who you are too, and I urge you to just don't, don't start
I just
making
pray
this
that you just don't,
what
whomever
y'all
you
make it.
are. Uh, this is, I think, any mother's nightmare, and we all never know what Dee's going through unless we go through it with her, or, it happens to us. Just, that's just the time to be united as a community for our friend.
So, like I said, um, I appreciate also everybody, for the most part, not prying into this and not trying to um, figure this out. I really, like I said, for the first time, I can say as a whole group of people that it was pretty impressive to see the ability, and it shouldn't take something like this, but I was just happy to see everybody left her alone. Everybody gave her respect. And that's just something that we need to continue to try to do as a community. And if you guys remember my last live, that's why Dee sounded the way she did.
Hmm.
That's why Dee, and it's crazy because even the people that don't like us, or even they said they could hear it in her voice. And you could. And so, yeah, I
And you
think
still
that,
can. I mean, you still can. So, I mean, you still can. And Dee started a little bit of movement that day, with just her telling, just from the guts of her soul, the truth. All
yep.
this is really not worth it when your enemy and you are probably never gonna meet in this lifetime. Never gonna meet, and all that time wasted. It was just wasted.
And for the most part, I really, really, really try to, and I say for the most part because I'm not perfect, and it's not easy to not respond, but I've really tried to have enough respect for Dee to avoid doing just that, responding or mentioning, despite all the mentioning of everybody else. I've tried really hard to do so, and I don't want anybody to get this twisted, that when I speak about the other things that are going on in this community in a little bit, I don't want anybody to get that twisted as a drag or a hate stream. I think that everybody needs to get a good understanding of the difference of the two, and understand that, I'm not, there's some things that need to be addressed. And I think that there's a difference in talking about a situation, and with our followers and our friends, um, versus going on and just saying somebody's ugly or stinky or fat or whatever. I think there's a difference in doing that, and having an adult conversation. Um, so please don't get that twisted when we move on from this discussion about D, is that I'm just moving on and talking shit, because that's exactly what's going to be said. But there are a few things that I have to address, and mentioning you guys' name is not always talking shit. Okay, so there's that. Oh my. So I don't know. Did you want to say anything else? Does anybody have any question? I mean, I don't even know what to say. This is like, I there's a pit in my stomach every time I have to talk about this, because I have survived off of avoidance behaviors since my dad suddenly passed away in 2007, and yeah, it's just a lot for
I
me to
can
wrap my
tell.
head around.
Mm, I can tell that's how you
Mm,
deal with things. I
I
get it.
know.
I get it.
So
It's just sometimes you have to
appreciate the great
feel.
extension. I appreciate the extensions of everybody's grace. I appreciate everything. And on behalf of Dee, like seriously, thank you all for thinking of her and praying for her and having her in your thoughts and you know, and laying off of her if you were one that wasn't doing so prior. Thank you from the bottom of my heart and Terry Lynn's, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Um,
I mean, absolutely. Because I can never, ever. I just can't imagine what it. I have my empathy in my heart totally go out to her, and she knows that. Because I know I could never imagine what she's going through, and the pain and the changed life, and
yeah,
I just anything that we can help her, all of us as a
here,
whole.
I'm gonna pull over right now and just see if I can add this to my banner so it'll scroll at the bottom. Mother Teresa. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Terry Lynn.
Oh, you're fine. I was just stuck out here.
And let's see. Okay, so
I
banners.
just we had tried to do this before. We just couldn't come together with a right way to get it out without approval from her because we didn't know how else we could help her. With just a
And
few of us,
Already
unless we did it
Terry
like
Lynn
this.
has already done a lot for Dee as far as like the remembrance items and stuff like that. Hold on, let me put the. I can't talk it. I probably couldn't talk and chew gum at the same time, but I can't talk and type at the same time either. So 1 second. Um,
We just gotta love on her. A lot of love. And I know she would do the same.
yes, she would. Um, Sorry,
I'm
guys.
glad you're learning because I would not know what to do.
Okay, now what do I? So
What
I should have probably spaced it out more. Um, okay.
oh, I'm sorry, Sassy Susie.
Can y'all make out what that's supposed to say? I can't really see.
Mm, I can see it.
Yeah, Susie. And Susie, poor Susie. I'm not going to speak on Susie's business, but I think you know what I'm thinking, Susie, about, you know, but it's just, okay. Thank you, Stephanie. Appreciate it. It's just, I can't even, yeah. But again, I'm going to reiterate one more time. If you, like I said, just $5, $10, whatever you can spare will help her, you know, buy groceries or pay a bill or, you know, do the things she needs to do to take care of her grandchild full time temporarily. Um, so, and we thank you in advance. I will, when I get home, I will
And
be
even a
sending some
prayer.
money and yeah, and even a prayer. So, sorry, I've been missing all y'all's comments. Might as well just park here and do this live because yeah, do it for D. And and I don't know what else to say. because ugh,
I agree. MT too. I agree. Totally agree. There's never going to be another
what
one
is
like
she?
that one.
I am too, Brother Teresa. And she is a strong woman, and to see such a strong woman that I know is stronger than I'll ever be about everything. Literally, something has to be done. Dee just goes and does, like her outlook on
Mhm.
things is so different than most people I know, and it's definitely different than my outlook. Like she just does what she has to do, and she always has. I just think it's a little offsetting for her because doing what she normally needs to do, and she just does it, and it's always just kind of been natural for her. This is, I think, the one time in her life where it's not just I got to do what I got to do. There's a whole other component
It hit hard.
of you're you're paralyzed in a sense emotionally, and when you're emotionally paralyzed like that, it's not easy to do anything but breathe, and it's sometimes not even easy to do that. So yeah, it's going to be a journey for her, and of course over time the pain will lessen, but it's going to be a journey that she's going to need support from and her friends and people that care. um, and like I said, she just needs everybody's to
Gosh.
yeah, say a prayer.
And she has an infectious
And
laugh.
last.
Her laugh is one of the best. Her laughs will make you laugh. And it's sad when she doesn't laugh. It's not good. It's just not.
Dee always Dee's always made me laugh with that laugh. If Lisa, if you're in here, you know what I'm talking about. Hey Natalie. I'm not even gonna say it. Carolyn, you're gonna have to, if for the people that came in,
Dee lost her son, her youngest son, um, November 24th. And from that, her daughter has had some emotional issues and some postpartum she's having to deal with. So Dee is having to care for her grandbaby for right now, and we are trying as a community to help Dee.
yeah. So that's what is scrolling at the bottom for anybody that's just coming in. Is two ways to donate or whatever, a Cash App and her Venmo. And for people that don't have either, I think Nurse Jen had asked that maybe that we can DM and get together and figure out, if you maybe have PayPal, I PayPal it to me, and I will show every inch of proof that I need to that it's going straight over there. I would never ever do anything like that anyway, but I know people would like to see, receipts of proof, that kind of stuff, whatever. So yeah, I would be happy to serve as a middle person, and for anybody that has any issues, um, getting the donation to D. So
I'm with you on that.
D, you got lots of people that care about you in here.
Absolutely. She's loved, and my God, she knows that. And she doesn't, she knows it now.
I don't know if
Very
she's
loved.
watching,
Does it really?
but
Venmo is
what does Venmo use
PayPal?
PayPal mean?
I don't know.
Oh, wait a second. Are you saying that your PayPal is an option when you're using Venmo? But I don't
I've
think
never checked it
Canada,
out.
like, I don't, I don't know. We'll have to check. We'll figure it out. We definitely will figure it out. Um, so
Man, she could talk about Sally.
so I guess this is where the live's gonna take a turn. Um, because I got real fucking mad before I got up here. I don't know. I've been kind of pissed all day, to be honest with you. At the Yahoo boy. Let's address you first. Can you go back under the hole of which you came, or the rock of which you came from today? Eh,
Me?
Everybody knows by now, real law. No, not
Oh,
you, Yahoo
I
boy. Why
was
would I say?
like, it's like
Why would
Brooke
I?
ain't
Why?
got no
Why
rock.
would I? Why would I say?
Like I
Why
wasn't
would I
thinking of.
say to you? Yes. Let me also say, yeah, very good point, Lisa. We love you, D. I love you to the ends of the earth, and we're gonna help you through this. Is he back? Well, he was back today, rubbing it in somebody's face in delight that they lost their YouTube channel, which was their income 10 days prior to Christmas, and thinking it was the funniest thing and posting it all over Reddit. Of course, he wasn't using his Valjean account because why would he?
That was mean.
But and I know not everybody agrees with Real. I know he has said some very, what's the word for it? I can't even think of a word for it right now.
All I can say is either you love him or you don't. I mean, you have those options. You love him or you don't.
And definitely. And I know he said some off-putting things to even people that we don't like or that he shouldn't have maybe said. But I think what everybody tends to forget is what was being done to him. And two wrongs do not make a right. But this was an attack that I've seen nothing but the opposite side gloat about all day, thinking it's funny. And listen, I'm not kidding. I don't know how long Real's even been doing this, but it's long enough to where he had a substantial following. He had a substantial membership base. He had he had established himself to where he depended on that income. Um, and I know somebody on the other side, y'all wouldn't do that if it were me. Y'all would laugh if it were me too. It's no, but maybe to ourselves, and not that's not even right to do. But I think it takes it to another level when you're going and you're hurrahing about somebody's really, really bad situation and gloating about it. Because let's be honest, all of you that are gloating about it, y'all's pages need to be gone too. I'm sure some people think my page needs to be gone, but I'm not going to sit here and point fingers and say, well, you're worse of a bully than so and so is. But I'm going to make it clear that I started this page to respond. I never, ever sought this drama out with this individual. It was the other way around. And it was incessant. And it was constant. And my job was being called. And plotting was being done to have my life ruined. For what? So that's why I will say that. I don't even know what the big problem is with Roadhog and Real. I don't have a clue, and I don't really care to know. But I do know enough about Roadhog that you have some kind of that's pretty audacious, sir, for you to think that you're in the clear here. I've What I do know is I've seen you doing the same thing to Real that you got his page up for. You called him a slur, a racial slur,
Mhm.
and you expect people.
And
That's
made
the problem with
allegations,
everybody.
false
He made
allegations.
allegations that he, yeah, exactly, and
Mm.
you expect, and that's the problem with everybody in this community. Everybody in this community thinks that they are entitled to dish it out, but never, ever, ever have to take it back. Ever. Like, and that goes for everybody that I can think of right now. Everybody across the board. As for me, I mean, I, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and try to play holier than thou. It's just the truth. Like, I expect when I do something to get something back in return negative. Okay. Like, that's an expectation. I'm not understanding why the expectation doesn't happen with some people. Um, so shame on anybody that thought it was funny that somebody you don't even know off the internet is not in the best situation, and patting yourselves on the back for getting his channel taken down. And some would say he got his own channel taken down.
Either
But
way,
we
it could
can't.
happen to you.
It could definitely happen to you.
Hmm.
And see, I knew this. Mods, could you please get this? If you want proof, jizz stinky. See what I mean? That you read my prime example of what a hate stream is, and you want to come in and you want to have jizz stinky. I mean, first of all, that just screams I'm a mature person. That screen name. But how dare you? If you want the proof, that's fine. That's fine. I'll ask what we are at. I don't know how she wants to
Is
handle
she
that.
really live streaming that right now? That's
But I tell
disgusting.
you what, just stinky. When we show you and provide you the proof, I hope you feel like a piece of shit. Who's playing? Oh, Amzi's playing my live on
I
her
guess she
IG.
says that AMC thinks it's funny to play your live in her IG right now.
Oh, she doesn't bother me. I could care less. I don't care.
Uh, yeah. mm,
Well, then I really hope that that's not somebody from, like, I hope that's not her. If I mean, I don't see anybody else leaving rude comments in here except for that one. And she's live streaming my live. Okay, well,
Yes.
there you have it. You guys can, there's the information. Do with it what you will.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of
Amzi's
hop
laughing.
down because
Is she really?
wow, that makes me disgusted.
Oh,
Ugh.
okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Taking it down. I
No,
thought you said she
I'm not
was. I was about.
mad. I'm like, if are they laughing? Wait, what?
Did she say that? Wait, did she admit that? Perfect.
What? I don't even know what was said.
Hopefully the mods got it. I don't know if they did. Did y'all delete that?
I think that it just got really quick.
Well, I would really hope that she's not laughing at it. This is like one of those just one times that if y'all could just really get it together and humanize yourselves for just like a little bit, and because to be completely fair, if anybody over there lost a child, my heart would be fucking broken for them. Not coming in here demanding proof. But if it's proof that you guys want to see, I'll ask D if we could post the obituary if that will make you guys happy.
Oh gosh. Mm,
I'm
I'll
sure
ask
she's
her.
gonna want to prove her. I mean, like, and I knew.
Who who needs it? If they need it, I can give it to them.
Okay, perfect. That's fine. Mm. But I mean, I'm kind of glad. No, I'm not glad at all. But that comment right there just goes to show what I'm trying to say here. It like really does. Like, if earlier,
I'm
and
mad
not,
at
and I'll
you.
just I'm gonna get a little off topic here. Earlier, there was a live on a lady's station channel called. Her name is Yaya. It was the first time I've ever been to her channel. I got a link in the DMs. I'm not sure where I got it, but the first thing I see when I get up there is Maria. And everybody knows that she doxed Sly the other day on Reddit, somebody that has never ever used her real name ever on these platforms. I had no idea what her name was. I knew her name was Sly, kind of like I know Vault's name is Vault. You know what I'm saying? Like some people have done a good job at keeping their identities and their names off of the internet. And I remember those days that I was able to do that for myself. And whenever that is taken away, it's traumatizing. I know it sounds stupid, but it is. I know exactly how Sly felt. And anybody else that's been doxxed. And it's a feeling of like, all of a sudden you feel like all of your security in your life is gone. It's really strange. And that doesn't last forever, so Sly, you're going to be okay. But it's just that little moment in time, it sucks for a minute. I mean, once it's done, it's done. But Maria, for you to be up there lying your face off and saying you didn't do these things, you did the same thing that you did on that live stream where you denied everything. And I had to like seriously go change devices, get off my phone, go to my computer, find the screenshots and post them all. And it wasn't until after that that you decided to go on your IG and say, I'm sorry, I must have forgotten about posting Brooke's dad with devil horns. I didn't remember doing that. Well, that says a lot about your character. I would never be able to forget doing something like that to somebody's dead father, you know, any dead relatives that you like to post. I mean, who taught you that in your life if you want to get at somebody, you make fun of their deceased family members? You did it to John, did it to me. You've done it to so many people. I mean, ad nauseum, I've discussed this. And what did you do but sit up there on that panel and say in front of Christy Denver, because she's your voice, she's your advocate, she's the person that tries to bridge and mend, and she's your voice of reason. And you sit there and lied to her face because you couldn't admit the truth until I got up and showed every single thing that I said was true and that you were lying. And you did it again today. My suggestion to people that don't want to take accountability or own up to the things that they do or have done is don't fucking do them. If you want to lie, I mean, that must be a miserable life to have to keep up with so many lies all the time. I wouldn't be able to do it. I forget too many things. There'd be no freaking way. Like honesty is just easier. If your moral compass doesn't tell you to be honest, why don't you do what's easier for yourself? Like if it's just easier to tell the truth. If it's hard for you to do that, then maybe you need to reevaluate the things you're doing to people. And you want to go, oh, Brooke sent $5 to see with her Cash App. Yeah, so what? You know what? I mean, I did. And then maybe it's an asshole move. But I'm not calling CPS on her. I'm not calling her job if she had one. And that's not a dig. Everything that I say, I have to clarify because it gets taken out of context. I did send her money. And I mean, she sent it back just like she did last time. At this point, it's just it's a game, and I'm sure it doesn't hurt her feelings. I'm sure that I'm sending her money and she's sending it back and getting scoffy about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It is immature of me to do stuff like that, but it's better than the alternative. It's better than posting people's criminal records or 911 calls or making threats to do so, like you're playing a chess game and people are your pawns. Okay, Lisa. Yeah, we all were. We went in there and had your back, Sly. But I mean, these are the people that all have formed their group. That's their group of people, and every one of these people in that group enjoy terrorizing others. I mean, I don't know how some people feel that aren't involved in this, that literally just watch this all go down. But I would be inclined to say that if somebody's going to judge on which group of people are the more problematic, I think I know which group that they would choose. And I could totally own it if I thought that was going to be me and my friends and all of you in the chat and Terry Lynn up here and everybody else. But I know in my heart and in my gut, thank you, Natalie M. I appreciate it. That's not the case. And I know it's going to be reciprocated. I know it's going to be said, well, you did this, you did that. Well, I don't even know what to say except for that. I don't like it when people lie. And by God, I'll do damn near anything to prove a liar. And I'm sorry. Anyway, Terry Lynn, are you still there? I'm so sorry. I think I just went on a whole pedestal.
I'm here. I'm
I guess Terry
here.
Lynn.
I'm here.
But yeah, it was, and Sly, don't worry, it will get better. And as for Maria, she will never, we saw it with our own eyes a month or so ago. She is never going to admit to anything she's done unless you put it in her face and be like, yeah, you did. Look. And then she's like, oh, well, I forgot. Sorry.
It's awful. Do you know?
Can you hear me? Oop, crap. Hello? Terry Lynn, come back. I didn't mean to take you down. I meant to take me down because that didn't sound like I could be heard. Come back. Come back. But, and that's another thing that is so crazy to me about this whole real situation is like, it was like all these people took credit for taking his channel down. So that means like, I mean, was this a group effort? Did you guys come together for the cause and work together to make this happen? Or are there people that didn't have anything to do with it taking credit for it? Like, which is it? Like people that I don't even think know each other are taking credit for this right now, which is weird. I wish Terry Lynn would come back. I didn't mean to kick you out. But that was why I made that thumbnail. Like, this is insanity to me. And I don't know why. Maybe I need to do some kind of like therapy where it doesn't make me so mad to see. I mean, it's the weirdest thing. Seeing people take credit for doing something heinous, but they won't take accountability for doing it. Like, it's so weird. Okay, Lisa. Yeah. I'm not sure if you have her updated number, Lisa. I'm not sure what you're doing right now, but shoot her a text or and see if she maybe wants to talk or something. Oh, there's D right there. D, do you want to come up? If and you do not have to. I just didn't want to not extend the invitation because I mean, but I want you to if you would if you're up to it. I'm so slow doing this from my phone. Sorry. Um, but yeah, so basically, oh, if Dee does come up, I want her to come up, but look, I'll wrap this part. Like, if you don't want to have to take accountability for the nasty things you do, don't do them. As far as Ren goes, don't rub it in his face that he's lost a portion of his income.
Oh Lord, it scared me.
My God, why are y'all so low again?
I don't know. Are we to the ground?
Okay,
Like
can you hear
it's
me? Y'all are
Mhm.
low. Like usually when I'm on here, I can hear y'all louder than that. But every time I come on Brooks, it's really low.
Let's see. She's in her car.
That's probably why.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to say thank you guys for helping me. I didn't even know this was happening tonight, and then I got a call from Lisa. I explained to everything. I explained to her everything that has been taking place, and you know, I have proof of my middle son's cremations. He was 20 years old.
You don't
I
have to
mean,
show that.
if somebody's asking for proof, I have that. I can show anybody. This is not a joke. This is a mother's worst nightmare. And my youngest one, my daughter is taking this so hard that she's having problems, and she's trying to make herself better because her grieving is different from mine. Guys, come on. Like, I would have, even if you were my worst enemy, I would have compassion for you because I do have a heart and I believe in God. And for you to say horrible shit, like anybody's mother passing, father, kids, it's not a ride that anybody wants to be on. It's the facts of life. And when I say I'm going into something better and meaningful, it's because the things that I've got, nobody talks about. And that's what I want to do. I believe my son wants me to do this. And none of y'all have met my middle son. None of y'all. So for you to say anything remotely nasty about my middle child, shame on you. Because none of y'all have met him. I don't know what
He
else to
looks just
say.
like you. He's beautiful.
I know he does. He's my twin, beautiful
He is your
blonde
twin.
hair, blue eyed baby
It's
that served in
crazy.
the military for you people, also, you know.
Do they need any more
I don't know.
information? Because I mean, you're not giving him that out. I mean, if they need some of the things, I'll give it to them, but not that.
I mean, they want proof that I have a dead son. They can have all the proof they want. There's nothing for me to lie about. I'm here fucking grieving, you know. And 1 minute I don't know which way I'm going. I'm a grieving mother. I'm sorry that you're not, and you'll
You,
never know until it's your
you,
time to be that grieving mother. And that was Angie that came in there. Shame on you, Angie.
no, I don't know. We don't know who did that. We don't know. I have no idea who did that.
Somebody
I
said it
don't
was
know.
Angie that came in there like that. I don't know.
I
But
have
if it
no
is,
idea
shame on
whose
you. You
name
got
that was.
kids.
Whoever that was, I don't know who it was. No clue, honey. No
And
clue.
y'all even, yeah, y'all can good. And I hate to have even put that in the environment. I really thought for just a few minutes that literally that you guys were going to be decent. I really did. With my whole heart, I thought that y'all would be decent people. But you got Amzy over there playing this on her IG, and you've got just coincidentally when somebody's playing it on their IG live, somebody comes in here with a sock account being an asshole.
As a matter of fact, before I do this,
What?
as a matter of fact, before
No,
I
you know
do
what?
this,
She stepped out in her faith, you know what, for a reason. And she's got more to talk about at some point. But she did this. It wasn't just a do it for D thing. This was a do it for Nick. Um, a young man that un she gave birth to. That's her son. It's her child. This is her loss. This is her grieving. And you know what? She did lose his earthly body, but she'll forever have every single memory of that young
And
man.
and can I also add, since we're talking about the most vile and disgusting person on the planet, Maria, I hope you feel really bad, Maria, about that post that I heard that you posted up yesterday. Was it yesterday? About finding it really suspicious that Dee's been posting her kids. Well, now you know why. And I
You
hope
know
you
why?
feel
She stepped out in her
shame.
faith.
hold on, I'm trying to see. Okay, I don't
No, you
know,
don't show any of that. Don't show
but
that.
can you
Please,
see that? That's a
please
certificate.
don't do that, dude. Please don't do it.
Out of state transit permit of Nicholas Beck.
Don't do it.
Death date 11 24
11/24.
21. I mean,
Here's your
what
proof.
else do you want me to prove?
Nothing.
And now y'all know his name, so you can. I'm sure all of your fingers are going overtime right now. Google search an obituary. So now there you go. You got his name. Knock your fucking selves out.
Well,
Knock
all
yourselves
good ever
out. Now
find
go
is a
look.
picture of a good-looking
Go
man.
find the proof. Go find the proof that y'all all want.
Do I need to post an obituary?
No,
I can post.
please
Go
don't do
ahead,
I'll
that.
post it. Post
I'll
his
put it. I'll put it on
beautiful
my
obituary
Instagram.
that I wrote for him.
And he's
D,
in his
honey.
he is in his military fatigues, and he looks amazing.
He looks
Photo.
just like his mom. He looks just like his mama. He looks like his mom. Just don't do that. Please don't do that.
Yeah, let them see it. They want proof? Give it to them. I'm grieving. I'm posting photos of my family. I'm grieving.
I know. And you know what? That's something that Dee has taken great strides in hiding, where people would not post her baby. And now she's chosen to share these with everybody.
His his story needs to be out because
Oh my
whether you
gosh! Does,
guys
does he
believe it
still
or
load
not,
her?
there's a homicide detective on his case.
Is
Okay?
that
Yeah,
me?
a
Just me?
sucky one.
You sound really like slowed down. Does nobody else hear D like that, or is it just me?
It might just be
I'm
you,
not
honey.
me. I'm not
Oh my
myself.
gosh!
I'm not myself. I'm dealing with so much. I've got so much on my plate. I'm not myself. And anybody that talks to me can hear it. I mean,
I
I
talk
don't
to her every
care
day.
if y'all laugh at me. I lost my middle son, and
No
if you
reason.
guys can't hear it, I don't know what to tell y'all. There's nothing suspicious going on. Nothing. I'm posting my family because I am grieving, and I don't
And
wish
you're
this on no mother. I don't wish this on no mother ever. They're supposed to bury me, not the other way around. Not the other way around. And I don't know how I'm gonna live. I don't know if I'm ever gonna laugh again.
Yes, you will.
No, I'm saying
You
she
do it
sounds
from here.
not love like depressed. She sounds like she's got her. She's oh Lord, like she's like for D. I'm gonna drop you down, come right back up, okay?
Okay.
I mean, like literally drop down and come right back up because hold on, or maybe I could just remove you and add you back. Hold on, because it was like slowed down, like she was in ultra, super, ultra slow mo from my end, and
She's
everybody, and
been
then
in
Terry.
slow mo though.
No.
I
This was
mean,
like slowed down to I couldn't even understand her. Okay, let's try this again. Can
Oh,
you talk? Can
I'm
you talk?
crying. That's probably why he can't understand me. Like
No,
I have
okay,
to
I got
prove
it.
to people that my son passed away. Like you couldn't hear it in my voice the last time I was on live.
I
Like
did. I mean, I heard it. I mean,
I know people heard me and they knew that something bad happened, and
They
I'm willing to talk about it, but for God's sakes, like you're gonna go to hell talking about a child passing away. I would never attack somebody lost a mother or father. Look at I never said anything about Amzie and her mother being lost. I never said anything about Jen and her mother being lost. I had compassion for that. Even if I was arguing with them, I was always saying, Jen is going through too much. I ain't gonna fuck with her. You wanna know why? She's grieving. I didn't think I was gonna be right behind her. I never thought I was gonna be her.
I don't think
And this
anybody
ain't my
thinks that.
mother or my father. This is my child.
You know
And then I got
that
another one who's not handling her brother's death very well.
we'll
And
do
it's
anything we can.
leading me to be the strong one. And I'm breaking. I'm breaking. And I mean, maybe some of y'all are getting a kick out of it. And I don't know. I don't care. But I would never, ever, ever put anybody through anything that was, I wouldn't even bully anybody for grieving. I wouldn't tell them that they have to prove that somebody passed away. But I give it to you because I'm not ashamed. That's the difference between me and you.
You raised good kids, Steve.
They get me on the phone. They got to call me 2, 3 times a day before I even answer my phone. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else to tell anybody. Like,
Nothing.
just
You don't
hug your
owe it.
loved ones, and if you got problems with your kids, solve them. You do not. And luckily, I have no regrets. I have none. You want to know why? Because I'm that fierce mama bear. I don't let none of my kids walk away from me in anger ever. And they hear me out and I hear them out. I don't have no regrets. I'm not suffering. I'm grieving. It's a difference. But anybody that doesn't have good relationships with their families, you don't know when God is going to call them. Fix it. Fix it with your families and your kids and whoever else that you may have had an argument with, because I have had somebody pass away on me because it was years that I didn't speak to him and he was like my brother, and I suffered through that. I didn't grieve, I suffered. I don't do that with my kids.
Guys,
And
do
if
it for
anybody is
D.
interested, I have a couple of clips of something that I did on Facebook. Um, and a message was given to me from my son who had passed
Wow.
away, and
Yep.
I have a lot of peace, but I'm still grieving. that I don't know when that grief is ever going to go away. I don't know when I'm going to laugh again. I don't know when I'm going to smile again. I'm being honest. I'm following people that have lost their children close to um, my son. I'm following them. I'm grieving with them. I'm watching what they're doing, and I'm doing the same thing because I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed, and I'm not gonna let anybody in this community make me feel shameful because
What did
I have a
Officer
child that
Norman do?
passed away.
What did he do, Dee? What did Officer Norman do?
Huh?
What did Officer Norman do?
He did it for Alyssa, just like I'm doing it for
Doing it for Nick.
Nicholas. He's
He
liking
stepped out
my
in faith.
fucking photos. He's liking my fucking photos because I sent him a message
Mhm.
and told him that he's not alone. That I lost my son not too far after he lost his daughter. His daughter passed away on the 17th. Mine passed away on the 24th. And I didn't find out about my son passing away and a half. We were calling him. We called him on Thanksgiving. We called him. He wasn't answering. I thought he was at work. We tried calling him again and again and again. And on that Friday, I left him messages and I left him on Facebook. I left him a message on Facebook. And the funeral home called me that night. I called Terry Lynn screaming. And I didn't even know what the hell I was saying to Terry Lynn.
I I do, and I'm not laughing, but I heard a young man in the background screaming and crying too. And she
And
had
when
just
was
given
that, D?
permission.
Was that last weekend, D?
That was on a Friday. I believe it was from a Friday, Thursday or a Friday of last, was it a week ago now?
Yeah, it's been a week. On this past Friday, it was a week that
Yeah.
I've known about my son. I think,
Yeah, it's been
yeah, a
yeah,
week.
it's been a week. And I had her call that funeral home back because she had just given her permission. And just to hear her other son in tears the way he was because he wanted to see his brother because he was his brother's keeper. And she didn't know. And we got him back on the phone, and they were able to go see him and make certain they got to say their earthly goodbyes.
And I
And
got
we,
half his ashes in my
yeah,
closet. And this is what this certificate is proving that it's a
you
transit
don't have to
permit.
show that.
I showed it already, but it's a
And I was
transit
just,
permit for his cremations going across the state lines because he lived in Richmond, Virginia, and I live in Maryland. I mean, there's nothing for me to lie about. Like,
mm,
I'm
no, and there's a
shaking.
homicide
I'm
detective, and he sucks, but we've burned his ears up.
like Terry Lynn just ordered us necklaces
Yeah, I did. I did.
for
But
his ashes to go inside the necklaces. And my daughter's got hers here waiting on her. And the
I'm
other
saying,
two's coming, and she had them engraved and everything from for me.
Thank you, Terry Lynn, for doing that.
Terry
listen,
Lynn, all my
I love her.
friends, all of my friends have been supporting me through this, and I appreciate every last one of them. And even ones that I'd never talked to, they have been in my inbox saying they know something bad has happened and they're praying for me and my family. And I appreciate every last message I get. It helps me through the day. Believe it or not, it helps me. And if I didn't have the two that's on panel right now and the other ladies that I'm in group chat with, I probably would have killed myself, to be
No,
honest.
God, no, no. I would come
I
out
just
there,
don't.
girl.
I don't know. I never signed up for this.
I don't
I
think
don't think
any
anybody
parent
signs up
signs
for
up
this.
for this, baby. They know how to parent this world signs up for this. I mean, this is just
Yeah,
the hand. Listen, this is the cards you were dealt, and you know what? You have to play them. You have no choice.
I love my children fiercely. There ain't nothing in this world I wouldn't do for my kids. If my son would have called me and told me he was needing help, I would have gotten that truck down there and helped him. It doesn't matter where I'm at. If my kids need me, I'm coming. There's it doesn't matter if I'm gonna fuck my job up. My kids come first above everything. Above everything. I don't know, even though they're
And,
all grown, they're still my babies, regardless if they're fucking 50 years old. They're still my children.
but let me say this: these
My
kids ride for her too. They got that back hard.
mm-hmm.
They really
They
do.
sure
I've
do.
never seen a young man that present and a
Yep,
little girl
they
that wants
do.
to be, but doesn't know how.
My daughter will be all right. She
She's
just
gonna
gotta,
get there.
yeah.
Oh, she's gonna get there. She just
She's
got to
never
go through
lost
that.
anybody close to her, and she lost her grandmother on November 12th. She wasn't really close to her. She had dementia, so I'd say like when my daughter was about 10 or 11, grandma stopped forgetting. Grandma started forgetting who she was, along with everybody else. So my daughter did okay with that, and then the 24th, getting told on that Friday, told she completely lost it. Like, and she keeps calling for her brother, and you know, she's like, "Mom, I don't know how you not losing your mind." And I said, "I'm losing my mind, just trying to stay strong for everybody else." And my son, my oldest son, has been a hell of a trooper, a hell of a trooper, because when he needs to cry, he comes over here and he cries. When I need to cry, I come to him and cry. We cry together, and we talk about my son and all the good things that my son ever did, and the smile that lit up the fucking room, and the laugh. You think my laugh was funny? You think that my laugh was joyous? All three of my kids, to hear them laughing, it's that's what the joy is for me. To hear my granddaughter laugh, that's all I care about in the world. I don't care about nothing else. As long as they're laughing and happy, I'm happy. They say that happy wife, happy life. Well, happy kids, happy life. Because I don't go by that happy wife, happy life shit. It's the kids and the grandkid. Any more grandkids that I have, they're
I
gonna be
will
my
say,
life.
you have been sleeping with little Savvy,
Yeah.
and she's enjoyed that. She had been enjoying that. You could tell.
Like
Mama.
I haven't left my daughter's side, like, ever since this happened. I've been with my daughter every night. I can't sleep, but when I do fall asleep, I wake up. I go to sleep crying, I wake up crying, go to sleep crying, wake up crying. It's hard, but I know I'm gonna get through it.
Mhm.
I'm just drowning right now, and that's the truth.
No,
I'm
you're gonna
drowning
swim.
right now, but
Mm-mm,
you know, I just think the
mm-mm.
axis of the earth is just on the wrong side.
It will be for a
I pray to
while.
God every day. I pray to God every day. I pray to God every day anyway, but I've been praying where I don't cry every day and I can function properly because I'm not functioning properly right now. And if I get behind a wheel of a tractor trailer and grief like this, somebody else's family is gonna grieve. And
No.
I'm not doing that to nobody's family.
Mm-mm.
Terry Lynn said, "Are you sure that you can make it?" I said, "Yeah,
Oh,
I gotta go back. I don't have no choice." But then when my daughter started freaking out, it's like I can't leave my daughter. If I leave my daughter, then what? And
yes, we're gonna figure this out. We'll get
Terry
this
Lynn said,
figured
"You're not
out.
ready. You're not ready." And I'm the main breadwinner in my home. I always have been. I was a single mother. I always have been. And nothing in this world can make me cry. But this is making me shed a lot of tears. I'm in pain. Devastated because this was unexpected. No one knows what happened to my son. And the fact there's a homicide detective,
What the?
something bad happened. And that's what is killing me right now because I don't know the truth.
I don't. Well, listen. Oh God. The man was no help. To be honest, he did not even go out there. Um, we haven't. We haven't even asked because they didn't even ask him to pull the cameras. So I told them we do their job for them, and a nice little lady working inside seeing him, but she was one of the last ones to see him that night. And oh, and she just thought he was asleep. Because I said I needed to know what maintenance man calls 911 at that time of the morning. Do y'all have him on site? And she said, no, we don't. Never here. So that was line number one. And that come out of a homicide detective's mouth.
Yeah, Susie, that's what I was getting at earlier. I didn't want to say your business, but maybe you can also reach out to Dee and kind of help her through, maybe just talk to her some.
Mother Teresa, that's a long story right there. Um,
It's in my ticker, the Cash App and the Venmo, or in the scrolling at the bottom of my screen. Can y'all see that?
I can see it. But I don't. As far as his belongings, they are probably for now. They're with the significant other, I'd say.
Well, we don't know
Well,
exactly.
that's the other thing I was going to say. We really don't really know, but that's just a lot to explain. It's up to you. It's your. It's
Well, I know that my son, there's three things that my son always carried. One with his cell phone, he never went anywhere without his cell phone. Number two is his headphones, because my son loved metal music like Slipknot, um, 6ix9ine, Little Peep. There was a Little Peep song I put on my story last week because that's what my son liked. I don't particularly like these people, but I posted song. If there's songs on there, it's because my middle son liked those people. Okay. There's Suicide
I just
Boys.
can't see you doing this, but I
So,
know you did.
and then his vape,
Uh,
and none of that was found on him
yeah, none
at
of
the
those
time that
things.
911 was called. So nobody
And
knows where
yeah,
his phone or anything is.
well, wait a minute. The phone, I think, they was given to significant other.
Well, that's what I was told, but then somebody else told me no.
See, that's
The
what I'm
His
saying.
father told me no, that no one knows where the phone is located, and he was trying to figure out how he can ping his phone and try to find out the location of his phone.
Well, did that homicide detective ever call you back? Because he never did call me back.
No, he hasn't called me back yet either.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
And he was supposed to give us information
Hmm.
because he was supposed to be questioning a few people.
Hmm. Never happened.
Mm-mm.
It was just like he was just another, what I said I thought it was going to turn out to be, and that's what it was to him. And that's how I felt. And that baby said, hello, Gigi.
Mhm. He's standing
She
up
is so
watching
beautiful.
cartoons, drinking her
But
bottle.
y'all see Dee throughout these little streets on YouTube, just give her a hug. Just give her a little hug and an affirmation.
And be decent. I know, be decent people. Even if we've not seen eye to eye, have some decency.
I mean, I know I can be a bitch, but just love Dee.
Sorry, my granddaughter is sitting here just jibber jabbering away.
And I hope you know that you are loved, Dee. You are loved by a lot. And
I
a
know.
lot of many people love you. They love your heart.
I know, and
There's
I
nothing that you
appreciate.
can't love about your nutty self.
And the only reason I even get involved in drama is standing up for myself or my kids or my husband. Like, I'm not going after nobody first, but nobody's gonna have to worry about me coming after them because I'm moving on to bigger and better shit. Something that I know my middle son would want me to do and
Amen.
want me to speak on, because not a lot of people are speaking on the things that I need to speak on. And as a mother, there's things out here that are harming our children, and parents need to pay attention to those social media apps. They need to pay attention to their friends and the things. There's all kinds of drugs out here that our kids are getting a hold of,
They're killing our kids.
and I just feel like what I'm about to venture in is more beneficial for me and other people that are going the same thing. Um, this drama on it's nonsense. It's not meaningful. The arguing is not meaningful. It's just dumb shit that I'm no longer going to be a part of. And I hope people can respect what I'm saying and just leave me alone. Like, I'm done.
And Lisa, you're timing people out, doll.
Sorry, my granddaughter's.
Lisa, wait
Maybe
till
I
your
should
tires
drop down
fly
because
out.
she's getting a little loud.
Yeah, Dee does have a. She does have a long story to tell, and Dee has joined a club that she didn't ask to be a part of, but now she is the true part of a club that I don't think any parent wants to be a part of.
And I'm gonna post
And
on my. I'm gonna post on my since now everybody knows, I'm gonna post on my Instagram a photo that I did of my son that I plan on getting on shirts and stuff.
The
this is a movement. This is a movement.
Vault sent me a DM, and Vault, I saw it come across the top of my screen, but I haven't opened it yet. But Vault has made something for you, and so we get here. I'm gonna check that Vault, and she sent it to you too, and she said she'll
Okay.
make as many as you want. She said they're window decals, and I'm not sure. I think you'll see.
Okay.
Thanks for doing that, Vault.
Thank you, Vault.
That's precious. But yeah,
Yeah, she
Dee
told
has
me she was
started a
gonna
movement.
make me something.
Yeah.
Vault's good people. But maybe this can bring a community together, and even mothers that have lost together
Yeah.
Well, that's
to
my
help
hope
one
that I
another.
can start bringing people together and showing them something different. Like, because this stupid fucking IG and YouTube wars back and forth on this same old dumb shit that was going on 2 years ago. Everybody's tired of it. And
Yes.
this loss that I'm dealing with has humbled me so much that I don't care about that shit. I don't care who I did have hatred towards. That shit's all gone.
I don't believe that you ever really truly had hate. Maybe a
No, I just
strong
dislike
dislike.
them very much.
Yeah, because I know your heart, you don't hate.
No, my heart's good, and I
And
may
I'll
have a
tell you
foul
what, none
mouth,
of
but that's
us,
about it.
yeah, well, we all, none of us, this could be any of us right now, but it's deep. And if we can do one thing positive in a community, and that's just be here for her.
Because no matter what happens, I'm always there to give my support to people who have lost and they're grieving, or if they're just having a bad day and needed somebody to cheer them up with laughter. I did that. Like,
Me
I
too.
don't know. I just can't explain a lot of shit right now because my mind is everywhere. But I feel much better
Well,
that everybody knows
Oh,
because I know a
that's
lot
good.
of people are like, what happened? I hope it wasn't too bad. Well, Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty rough. And I'm not ashamed. I just wasn't ready to talk. Am
Nothing to
I
be
going to be
ashamed
ready to
of.
have full-fledged conversations? Probably not. Um, I'll scroll, see what somebody's posted, but as far as talking or answering my phone or answering messages, I'm not real good at that right now. I'm really not really good at that. And when you've got people saying, "Listen here, bitch, we're calling 911 to get a welfare check," I answer. I'll answer you because I know you're worrying.
Well, okay. I just did that once, I think.
Yeah, I don't think I've had to have you say that to me anymore because I
Well,
was like,
maybe I
shit.
said it twice. Maybe twice, didn't I? Maybe I did it twice. I didn't call them, though. I
Gotcha.
was threatening it.
No, nobody said you
Just
called
because.
them. I'm just saying when you're getting text messages saying I'm hitting 911 and that welfare check, I know the answer because you're worrying. And
Well, I
instead of
do worry
having,
about her.
the police come and make sure I'm okay, I'd rather answer than to put somebody through that.
Yeah, I did too.
I mean, my
At
family's
that
had to say
time,
that
though,
too, so it's not only you.
should I tell the truth now? At that time, I didn't even know your damned address.
Oh yeah, you didn't.
No, you big bippy. I didn't. But I was like, I'm calling the police. I'm done. If she does not answer this phone, call the police. I had no clue. I didn't. But I was so worried. I was scared, and because I was like, this is not normal. And then I just
Mm-mm.
wanted to make sure. And you're just. I know it's not going to be your normal, but you're always going to be normal to me.
Julie Hayward.
I really want my laugh back. I really want my joy back, but I can't promise anybody how long it's gonna be. I know you guys miss me laughing because you're always saying you miss my laugh. I can't promise how long it's gonna be, but I'll try.
Just as long as you're here, you're good. As long as you are alive and here, I'm okay with that. I'll take a little, ha ha. I'll take a little bit of that.
I've never been so sad in my life. I mean, I lost family, my grandmother. I lost my shit when my grandmother died in 2005. And that was my dad's mother. And my mom's mom passed away like when I was 18. I just graduated high school, like 2 months after I graduated high school. I had a different relationship with my grandmothers. Like, my mom's mom was my Bonnie and Clyde, and my dad's dad was more like my protector, and she was the strong one, and the family kept the family together. Well, it killed me when my dad's mom passed because she was my last grandparent. And then, like, I've had, cousins and stuff pass, but I I dealt with those in a different way than when I'm dealing with my own child. I've never felt this much pain. I've never let myself feel this much pain. I've never grieved like this. So it's different. Like, this whole thing has been an experience that now I'm terrified to walk away from my other two kids and leave them for a long time. And I don't know I guess maybe a mother gets like that when she's grieving over one child,
I think
but I definitely do need to find a grief
so.
counselor because it's like when my children walk away to say they're gonna go do something, and I'm like telling them all the things that they need to be safe, and I worry excessively now. And
You
I
know
don't
that's
know,
forever,
maybe
D.
a grief counselor can help. I don't know if they can, but I definitely want to like go to grief counseling with both my kids, my beautiful daughter and my beautiful older son. I mean, I don't care what the community thinks of him, but he was taken up for me. My oldest one was taken up for me, just like any other son would take up for their mother when he got tired of the shit. But he's got a heart of gold just like me, and so does my daughter. And Terry Lynn talks to both my son and my daughter
D.
almost every day, and she knows that they're good kids.
I hate how little Savvy's doing right now, but I know that she will get it together and she'll be better coming out of this, not only for herself, but for her baby. For that little girl, she will be so much better. And then you've got Christian that loves the baby like that's his own child.
Right.
I mean, he knows everything about that baby, picking her up just the right way. But I hope that you do listen and that you really do promise that you're going to follow through with going and seeing a grief counselor, like for real.
Yeah,
When
I want to
all is
find one
said and done,
that does
uh,
like Zoom calls. Um, can you get her, change her? I'm gonna put them out. Um, uh, no, I was saying I want to find Zoom calls where I can do them when I do go back out on the road. Um, so that I'm not like having to come all the way back here. Oh no, we got a problem.
she blew out the back end of her daughter.
Oh my fucking god.
She did, didn't she?
There's gonna be fucking puppies.
What?
Yeah, that's all
What
the fuck I
happened?
need. My dog is stuck to my granddaughter's. That's why they're whining.
I thought you said you just had a
They're
litter puppy.
stuck.
Wait, what?
They're stuck.
Oh, well,
You can't
I
rip them
cannot.
What?
apart either.
What?
I can't help that. That's
What's
educational, D. They're
what's
stuck.
Very
stuck?
educational.
The dogs are stuck, Brooke.
She's pregnant now. You
They're
know that, right?
stuck. Jesus help us. Take the wheel.
Oh,
Well, at least the babies will be beautiful. Oh gosh.
Oh my
I
god,
just
this
don't even
whole
know what to say. Well, you know what? Listen, God never gives us too much. And you know what? He's just going to give you a shitload of babies. We'll just figure this out when we get there. Oh
I
my
wasn't
goodness.
for sure. She went poo poo. I could smell her little
Well,
tinky
oh
butt.
my.
Come
Well,
on, go to daddy.
you should have got the hose
What?
pipe.
Um, I don't know how much more I can handle on my plate.
I got you. I
Jesus.
got you. I'll come up there for delivery, okay? Me and Brooke.
Yes, please, cause I can't
Brooke,
keep
bring your
I
gear.
can't keep no puppies, man. Jesus
This
Christ.
is crazy.
And my dog is not old enough for puppies yet. You don't
Yes,
even
they are.
know.
Listen, you just want to cry because it's a baby. You should have got the hose pipe out. Stop that. They're just a little pregnant, okay?
I didn't even know she was in heat. I just walked out here because I heard them whining. I thought they needed to go out. And I go to open in a crate, and my dog is sitting there whining, and I'm looking, and his butt is stuck to the other butt, and I'm like,
I'm only laughing because I'll never forget running out the door of the kitchen when I caught my two labs because they were like my kids.
oh my
And they
god,
were butt to butt.
how much more could go on my plate?
We'll help you deliver them babies.
Ugh, I've already done this once, and it's not fun.
Big,
How do
we
you get
got
them
you.
water?
How you
Huh?
get them unlocked? The
I
damn
just
hose pipe.
the bitch has to unlock him because I ain't fucking with it.
It's hump day. Oh my
It is hump day.
It's so horrible.
Okay,
Listen.
anybody wants puppies? You
Oh
better
God, I'm
hit me up because
sweating.
I will get them to you.
Ah, oh, we needed this laugh. But listen, guys, they're beautiful puppies. You're not
Jesus
kidding.
Christ.
I was just trying to do a big sale on these puppies. There's
Mm,
gonna be some very beautiful puppies. And we're
mm,
from the
mm, mm.
loft mom and dad. God.
Fuck me.
Well, listen, they're gonna be beautiful, honey. It's gonna be okay.
There. I hope you can help me find houses for these things now.
Oh shit! Wait, aren't those those are aren't those pits?
uh, Lilo
Uh
has Bulldog and Pit, and
oh, they're I mean
I
they're
think mine
beautiful
is
guys.
Boxer and Pit. Huh?
I mean, look at those breeds. Four breeds in one dog. Look,
Mm-hmm.
you'll never get better than that right there. 4 in 1. You'll never another day have a
Fuck,
four in
and
one
I've been
dog.
sitting here talking about getting him fixed too, like, but I just I hadn't had the time to get him fixed
Uh,
because I've been working so much, and then I've been home
oh,
grieving since last week, and of course when you're
uh,
grieving you don't think about shit like this, and then
we're certainly
you
not
walk
second
out and
dogs.
see them stuck together, and now you're like, fuck.
Oh God, help me. Sex and
Mm.
dogs certainly is not what we're thinking about. Nope, nope,
Well,
nope.
let me tell you something.
Damn. Well,
It's already too
what
late.
color are the other is the other dog?
She's white and brown, and mine is like a bluish color with white.
Look at there, guys. This is gonna be the best polka dotted dog puppy that you're ever gonna find. There's like gonna be about 12 in this litter. Um,
Fuck.
we'll pass them out with free bag of dog food, little kibbles and bits and bowls and collars and uh no, they don't have no
To good
morning after
homes.
pill. Do they
To
have a
good
morning after
homes.
pill for those dogs? No, we
I
don't
don't
believe
get them dogs.
it.
When I had puppies last time, I made sure they went to good homes. I don't just give them to anybody.
Yeah, we have to come check your house and make sure that you have everything equipped for these 4 in 1 puppies is what we're calling them. 4 in 1.
D, you better get you a big. And I don't know where you're gonna find a swimming pool right now, like one of those kiddie pools
Yeah,
or
Oh
I already
something.
know what to
crap.
do.
Oh crap.
Uh,
You know what? Oh no. We're gonna have to get on Amazon now.
I had
something.
a I had a kiddie
Girl,
pool.
how long we
Been
have
at
until
it,
delivery?
I think like 9 weeks.
Oh, just mark it on your calendar, Brooke. We got this.
9 weeks.
You just let us know when she starts panting real bad. We gone. We hitting the road.
Yep.
Oh, you'll know. She's gonna get blowed up. She'll be big.
It'll take like the last week and a half. She'll blow up fast. Cause
And we do ship for an extra
fuck.
$150. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna get married. Hush.
Oh,
Quit
Jesus
cussing.
Christ! I definitely need to go get my husband killed.
Look, Sassy said she'll take a blue one. It looks purple to me, Sassy, to be honest.
Well, I know I'm getting help with that. His dad is helping me with the bond money. So when he gets to Arkansas, my bondsman that I've got, he can go bond him out. My sister can go pick him up.
Y'all know, I don't know if I can deliver puppies, to be honest.
I
The
Oh
did.
last
no.
time I tried that, I about puked. Let something weird come out of its butt, and it was
No,
nasty.
we had
Mm-mm.
one puppy that was like halfway breed. We had to give it CPR. I tell you one thing, my husband is a fucking champ because he
I'll
cleared
say
all
that for
that
mine.
shit off of his mouth and
Mm-hmm.
started giving him CPR. And
Mm,
I had to keep him away from the litter because
mm.
dog was trying to kill it. And I
Oh
had it in a
gosh.
heating pad, and I had him in a nice warm area. And I put him up. And I went to sleep the next day. That damn bitch got him out of the damn place I had him, and she killed him. I had to bury him.
What the hell?
Yeah, he was
Really?
sick. Yeah, he was real sick.
Damn.
I got a
Well,
picture of
listen,
him. I
we're
can
not
show
gonna let
you what
this
he looked
happen.
like. Huh?
We're not gonna let this happen this time. This is gonna be the 4-in-1 polka dotty puppy. This is what we're gonna
Yeah, I
call
mean, in every litter you got a runt, and sometimes they make it, and sometimes they don't. He looked like he
him.
still wasn't developed fully, and I still tried to
Mm,
keep him alive.
You know, we had 13 labs at once. I was pregnant with Skyla, and I was like, she's coming there panting, and I was in the bathtub, and I said, "You bitch, you're gonna give birth before me." Damn it. And when I went in there and seen that, I said, I am out. I am out. I got the hell out of there because there was stuff coming out back there that should never have come out. But he was like a champion pro. He was just like popping them out and cleaning them up for her. And I was like, gross. Oh my God. Every one
Well,
of them,
anybody wants
he'd
him,
say,
just reach out to me. You got a
well,
name
no, we
right
got to do
on it.
background checks, girl. You got to make sure you got the
I
house
know
that's
Lisa
got,
would take. I know Lisa would take care of the puppy. Cooch wants one. I know Cooch will be good to the dog.
okay, that's two. Well, we're probably going to have about 10. But I'm gonna tell you, I do have a picture of Peaches, and every one of hers were black, and he kept saying, "Look, can't you see this is chocolate? It's chocolate, right?" I'm like, "Hell no, no, just put the color on it. It's not chocolate. It's not chocolate." But you ought to seen her poor little thing. She was
Devo,
running. Her little boobies were like
you're in
slapping
trouble
around. 13 puppies are
because it's
running
gonna
that
be nasty.
driveway. What is it?
These motherfuckers.
Oh, they're tied
Y'all
up.
loosed up on each other now.
No, they were just being friendly.
Yeah,
That was
they're not
that
locked
was the
anymore.
meet and greet.
Oh
They want
Lord.
to
That
go out back.
they were
Go back.
speed dating.
Jesus Christ.
D, calm down. They were speed dating, bitch.
Yeah,
Just a little
speed dating.
speed date.
Nobody knew what the hell was going on. I was like, what
Just
the
stick her
hell? I
thong
gotta
out.
buy stuff.
She had a little mini skirt on. You know, it look cute.
Yeah, that's when they get pregnant. Is when they get stuck.
Oh God, I did not know that it's like for real. Ugh, makes me sick still. I'm sorry that you had to witness that day.
I'm kind of like, how much more could go on my plate before I break?
No, you ain't gonna break. Listen, we've already got two of them home. Okay, calm down. They're the listen to the 4-in-1 polka dotted 50-cent puppies. That's the oh damn it. Oh God, this is horrible. But they're gonna be beautiful. You're gonna have like the greatest great grandkids ever.
Oh yeah, but I'm not looking forward to all this.
Mm, me either.
Jesus Christ.
It's gonna be okay. We've got months to plan. Okay.
Months my ass. Before
I
you
thought
know
you
it, she's
said
gonna be
2 months.
popping them things out, and it's gonna be this shit is like, I've done this one time before. and I said I'd never do it again.
Yeah.
See,
I'm
this
not, try-
is why we love you.
I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer, but it's not fun. I know. I've been there, Dee. I don't know if you ever heard me tell you that story. But a dog got in the back of in our backyard, and oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But you got this, Dee. You got the puppy thing going on, I promise. Oh,
Caitlin, you're gonna have to come
we'll
up
try to get him
here.
home before.
Yeah, please.
Uh,
We're gonna have to try to get them home so they can stay with me. What is it? 4 weeks or 8 weeks? Whenever they're able to get off the titty, they can go.
I'm
It's
sorry, I'm so
more
late.
and
Hey,
more
everybody that's
coconut.
coming in. Hey, Samira. Hey, everybody else that's coming in. Julie and Raquel came in. Christine Rhodes. A bunch of people. Angela Lee. I mean, thank y'all all for coming in. And Graham. I'm sorry, Laura. But and I'm behind on the chat, and I'm sorry, and it's because I'm
Oh gosh.
driving.
Yeah, we
But
done good stuff.
anyway, I didn't
Well,
mean to
yeah,
interrupt. But
yeah, that's my fault. I gotta take ownership of that. I'm sorry, Brooke,
for
because
what?
you were driving, and well, no, you were driving, and I forgot. I should have been
It's okay.
greeting people.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm sorry.
But no, you're good. You're good. But
Well, yeah.
but
I
also,
mean,
I wanted to point out, Dee, that Susie, I don't know if you saw that. Susie had said that she does plan on reaching out to you and will help you and help guide you through this. It's something that she's been through before, and she's spoken um, spoken openly about. And this was a long time ago. She said it's been 20 years. So this is somebody that's really going to be able to maybe just give you some guidance and some you know
I
help or
appreciate that. I always check my DMs and I try to answer and I know, like I said, I haven't been real good at it, but I'm gonna try to get better because I do know that a lot of people are worried about me, and sometimes I don't know which end my head is from my ass, to be honest with you. And the only thing
you
that's
know.
getting me through this is my granddaughter and my daughter and my son. The
Would you want to tell everybody what about whatever your granddaughter was kissing you on your head, on your forehead that
Oh
night?
yeah, my granddaughter does not kiss anybody yet. She doesn't know how to give kisses. And I was laying on the couch one day crying, and she's over my head, and she bent over and put her hands on my face, on each side of my face, kissed me on my forehead, stood up, came back down and kissed me on my forehead, and just stood back up and went about her business. And I'm like in tears more because my son Nick, every time he gave me a kiss, it was always on the forehead because I'm shorter than all three of my kids. And I guess it was easier for him to give me a kiss on my forehead instead of bending over and kissing me on my cheek or whatever. But he's always kissed me on my forehead. And I knew that was a sign that my son was around. And call me crazy if you want, but I just feel like that was a sign from my son it's okay.
It was
And she's
definitely. What do I tell you, Dee? That's going to be the
uh,
first of many that you're. That's going to be the first sign of many that you're going to see, and that's exactly what it was.
oh yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna also post those clips. I had to cut them down because I couldn't I put the whole thing on there. Um but I had to cut
you
it
can tell
down
them.
to put it in the chat so everybody could see what was being said when I had called in on that Facebook thing.
Um,
There's no way these women would have known this at all.
maybe Dee, you can maybe send me the link to that video, and then maybe I'll find the timestamp when you go up there, and I'll put it in my community tab so everybody can see
Okay.
what the ladies told you. And maybe and just kind of tell if you want to tell everybody what they said, then that's also good. But I'll definitely put it in my community tab as well.
Uh, well, my mom, she watches these mediums. And one night she sent me a number and told me to call in. And of course, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I didn't know what she wanted me to do. I'm sitting here like in grief, and when I'm on there, my mom was in there, and I sounded lost and didn't know what the fuck to do. And my mom's sitting there sending me text messages like, ask them about Nick. And I was like, I asked them about Nick, and they told me that he had a sudden passing and he couldn't say goodbye, that he didn't have a clear mind when he passed, but he's saying that he has a clear mind now and that he's okay. And she was saying that he was showing her a special necklace that I had for him. And I was like, I thought she told me that he gave me a necklace. And I was like, no, I didn't. He didn't give me a necklace. But she was like, well, it's Christmas time, so you might be gifted these necklaces because he's showing the necklaces. And I didn't realize what she was saying until I reheard it. My son's telling her about the necklaces that Terry Lynn and I were talking about. And she was having my kids pick out the necklaces that they would like to wear with his ashes. And it just gave me a sense of calm because there's no way in hell that they would have been able to pull that from their ass. And
No,
I am going to get a reading from this woman, and I can't afford it right now, but once I get back to working, I'll do it and see what I can find out from her, if there's any insight she can give me to my son's death. But if anybody wants to see it, I'll have Brooke posted on her community tab.
I definitely want to post it on there. And I mean, and if you like, and if you'll let me, and if I would like to also post a picture of your son, just so it'll always be there. And unless it's not okay to do that, either way. But
No, you can put his picture up there. You can put his obituary, because I wrote the obituary because um the other side of his family didn't do any of that. All they wanted to do was cremate him and call it a day. So I got half his ashes. I'll be having a memorial um with my dad's side of the family here, and then I'm going to Arkansas to do another thing with my family, my immediate family down there. Um, we are going to be releasing black balloons with his name and his birth date and his death date on it. I don't know what else we're going to do, but I do know about the balloons are going to be released with his name and stuff on it. Um, I got family that's trying to help me find a place because it's going to be cold, of course. So we're trying to find an indoor place where we could just gather and have a memorial for him, because my son deserves a whole lot better than what his father and grandmother wanted for him.
well,
hmm,
just breaks my heart, Dean.
Yeah.
The whole situation just. Uh, I never can find the words because it's just. I just. I don't even know what to say.
And
I
you know,
haven't
Nick.
known one.
You know, Nick. You're the
Uh-huh.
you're the only one that out of everybody that knew Nick personally. You know, he used to give me hell.
Hmm.
He used
He
to
did.
make me
He
run
I
for
think
my money. Okay.
I think that we remember we had a common ground because my daughter is your Nick. You know what I mean? And
Yeah. Because when I got I got custody of my son back when he was 14, and he came to me with um a lot of mental health issues, a lot of drug issues, drinking. 14 years old, I immediately put him in outpatient drug treatment. um he went to a lot of mental health. I've actually had to commit him a couple times to get his med right. um I did a lot of work with this kid, and even though I couldn't fix him, I tried my hardest, and that's what both my kids keep telling me. Mom, you did a good job with Nick. You know, you tried your hardest, and you know, it's not your fault what happened. And I said, I know it's not my fault. I don't blame myself, but I just wanted to make sure that this kid knew that I truly, truly loved him and wanted to see him be the best he could be as a grown adult, just like I do with the other two. I want them to be upstanding citizens. They got hearts of gold. They'll give you their shirt off their back. You know, I raised some good kids. They may have made some mistakes, but
yeah.
unfortunately, my middle son's mistakes killed him. And
And
I say that I wish that he was in jail, um, because I would know he was safe and I wouldn't have to be going through this. But there's a saying that it's when you get yourself involved with drugs and alcohol, it's institution, hospitals, and death. My son didn't make it to that. He just made it to death. And it's very important that mothers and fathers out here know what their kids could be actually getting into. Pay attention to their behavior. Anything like my son was lying to me because he knew that I didn't agree with the things that he was doing. And all I could do is tell my son, please go get help. That's all I can do because I had no
But
more
girl,
control
you
once he
did
hit
it.
18.
yeah, and like I said, and just clarify as far me and Dee would talk about like just our kids in general and stuff. And while my daughter wasn't hasn't my daughter was much younger, obviously, and I didn't mean that she's doing. I just we would always have a commonality that we both have that one child that we have to work harder for. And in my case, my daughter just is she is just entitled and she has got a smart mouth and whereas my little boy wouldn't is terrified to say anything, you know what I'm saying, but it was a commonality that we had that and of course like what Dee just said, um it, he was but it didn't mean she loved him. What I'm trying to say, she loved all three of her kids, and we talk about
Mhm.
that how even though my daughter is smart mouth to me and is sassy and she thinks she could talk to me like I'm her friend, doesn't mean I don't love her anymore. And just because Dee had to go through with Nicholas what she did, she didn't love him any less. I didn't love her any less is what I meant to say. And Dee didn't love she loves all of her kids the same. And she
I
I'm
know
telling you
that for a fact.
telling you
Mm.
guys, from the moment I met Dee, she made it so abundantly clear that those children were her life and her soul and every part of her. She
Mhm.
is so proud of her children, um, and and that's
Mhm.
kind of I mean,
I,
and
I
that in
I
and of
agree.
itself. just made me understand from the beginning of knowing Dee what kind of a person that she was and what kind of a mother that she is. Um,
Mhm.
and 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 that's why it's just I can't even put it into words. I can't even. I just
You don't even have to try, Brooke. I
you
know
It's
you.
you
funny.
know.
It's
Go ahead.
funny when Nick went away to the military, and I'm calling her crying like, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna miss
Mhm.
my son. It was like he was being ripped away from me. Now he's for the military. And then when he got discharged for his mental health, because he also, I guess, the structure that they had in there and the um maybe the yelling of these men that was training him, it broke him, and he came back, and I'm calling her cussing like, I can't believe he fucking got out of the military. That would have been the best choice of his life, and I wouldn't have had to worry about nothing. But I was crying like a bitch when he went away. And then I was like really upset that
Yeah.
he couldn't make it through the military because his mental health really snapped on him, and he couldn't do it. And you know what I told that boy when he was coming home? I said, I don't care, I'm still proud of you. Even though you couldn't handle this, maybe there's something else in life that you can handle and that you're better at. I never put my kids down, even if they made a mistake. I made sure they knew that I fucking loved them and I was proud of them no matter what
Hmm.
they did, because they can do anything that they want to do in life. And that's where the problem started. Like, he had this dark aura, and when I explain it to people, they're like, we saw that too. And I said, but I couldn't do anything. He was 18. All I could do is ask him to go get help. And he kept promising me he was going to get help. And my son landed on hard drugs. And there's been times that he called me. He only lived an hour away from me. Mom, I need you. Guess where I was at? Right down the road in my car, going to get him and bringing him here to my house so that he could get a little clarity in his mind. And even though he was lying to me saying that he was clean, I knew he wasn't. And all I could do is beg him to get help. And if he didn't want to take that help, I couldn't force it. And there's a lot of things that I don't want to tell everything tonight, but there's a lot of things that I will be sharing um, about this whole thing, and the things I've done, and I will go after you when it comes to my kids, because I did go after the grandmother on his father's side. Mm, one time about her paying his way and enabling him, and told her that he was doing drugs, and she still gave him the fucking money. And after he died, I went after her too for it, and told her that she was gonna be walking the rest of her life in misery on earth because of what she's done and what she's been responsible for his whole life. Um, I kind of got this shit end of the stick. She had money. I didn't. I was a single mother. Um, when she forced his father to take custody of my son from me, my daughter was a week old, and I fought for him his whole entire life, and I'm gonna fight for him in death. That's just, it's not gonna stop until we all find the answers of what really happened, and hopefully I can get some clarity and some peace in my mind of knowing the truth, because right now I don't know the truth. I don't know if somebody committed a hate crime or, you know, laced him up to pass away because of his lifestyle or what. And I'm not ashamed of my son. He was the best thing. All three of my kids were the best thing that ever happened to me. And he was just the one I had to fight harder for. And I think I did. And I will continue. Um, and that's the reason why I say nobody can stand in my shoes, let alone walk in them. Because I've lived in hell for a long time. And I'm strong as
Think
hell. I'm strong as hell because I don't know anybody that could have possibly made it through life the way I have with the shit I have endured. I don't know. I'll explain it later, but right now it's just too much to go into
Yeah.
detail.
Didn't want to interrupt you, but I thought, Dee, you might want to save that. But I'm just going to tell you all this. If y'all want to know anything about Dee as a mother, for that little boy she fought, um, she traveled and she chased 7 states, if not 8, to find him and to get him back and to fight her ass off for him. Where a lot of mothers would have probably just given the hell up, she never did. And that's Dee. That's just who Dee is.
And I never gave up on him either because his mental health was caused by the grandmother. She did do a lot of brainwashing him and making him believe a lot of things that weren't true and bad things that weren't true. And he was so lost. He was a lost, tormented soul as a little boy and as a young man growing up. And everything I tried to do for him, I thought I was saving him. I thought I was doing something, but everybody kept telling me there's 12 years of damage that family did to him, that there's no way in hell that I was going to be able to fix that all in 4 years.
It's a lifetime almost of
Hmm.
fixing. But love your families. If anybody here tonight has not spoken to a family member that they love, they know that they need to reach out to that family. Let go of any little bit of what you may have. Let it go. It's not worth it. And go see that family now. Because you know what? Tomorrow you may wake up to that phone call that you didn't want, didn't expect, and it may be too late.
Yeah, it's better to
And
grieve than to suffer,
yeah, and keep chasing your kids. It does not matter if your kid is 25, chase your kid.
especially if they are having mental health and drug and alcohol issues. Don't close that door on them. Don't turn your back on them because they need you. Whether you know it or not, they need you. It doesn't matter if they're 30 years old, they still need their mother. They still need to hear that voice say something, anything. Because I know everybody tells me, well, you could have just like turned your back on your son knowing that he did this, this, and this. And I was like, the fuck? I ain't turning my back on my son. I did anything and everything to make sure there was open communication. If he blocked me because he got mad that I wanted him to get help and he forgot to block me somewhere, guess what I was doing? I was over on that end telling this kid how much I loved him and he needed to keep the line of communication open so I knew he was safe. And all I want is for him to get the help he needs. and he would unblock me from everything and keep that communication open. Don't let them fucking shut you out, because drugs and alcohol will make them hate you for no reason at all. Don't let them do that. If you can't find one way to work it out, find another way to talk to them and figure
Mm-hmm.
out how you can talk to them so that they can keep that line of communication open with you. I had to learn a different way to speak with Nick because you never know what would make him snap and just be like, fuck everybody and start blocking everybody out of his life and make himself like alienate or be by himself. So I had to learn really fast how to talk to my son so that he would take it in a different way. And because I'm like, when I talk with no sugarcoating anything. So it was really hard for me to learn a different way to talk to him. I didn't sugarcoat anything, but I said it in a different way so that he would understand that I loved him and I wanted to see him do better and I wanted to see him go check himself in somewhere and get some help. And when you have mental health issues and you're not getting help with mental health issues, there's going to be a drug issue somewhere because it's called self medicating. And you have to want to get the help for your mental health so that you can get help with your drug addiction too, because you're not only causing problems for yourself by self-medicating, you're causing an addiction that is going to be another battle you got to fight every day. And I know a lot about addiction. I've been in them walls too myself. um and I learned a lot. I went in the walls for alcohol because of this whole situation. I said I went crazy back when my grandmother passed away and Nicholas was given to his father because they had more money. I started drinking really bad and I had to go in them walls my damn self. And I learned about all the stuff that other addicts, whatever they choose to use, I learned about it. And then of course my husband had a addiction that he's a recovering addict that's been clean over a year. And I keep praying every day. I'm glad that he was in jail when he found out my son passed away because I don't know what would have happened if he was on the street. He could have possibly relapsed because Nick would always call Pierre when he needed help on something when it came to that part of his life. And Pierre tried to guide him a different way. After his accident, he he tried to guide him to the correct way and tried to talk to him and told him, showed him his legs, showed him his face where his face got screwed up from being hit by the car. He tried to show him all that and told him that he's lucky to be alive. And it's fucking crazy. Like, I almost lost my husband November 8th of 2020, and I lost my son the following year, November 24th, 2021. And not this is not something that you would think, but in the back of your mind, it could be a call that is made to you that your family member's gone. And it may not even be possible of what they're taking. It might be what somebody else on the street did to them. And I always try to tell my kids, never trust anybody because the devil is always in the person. You're going to see the devil in the person. And that's any person. Like, And that's the reason why I don't like get out here and trust anybody with anything as far as like shit. I stopped smoking weed way back in 2004, 2005. I didn't trust anybody. Anybody can lace anything. Uh, I don't need to smoke no weed. I do good. I don't need to drink. I do good without it. I keep myself happy, and that's the thing. Like, addiction is hard for people to fight. It's an everyday thing, an everyday thing that you got to fight. It's demons that you got to battle, and if you keep them demons inside, and you don't go to counseling and you don't get mental health help, you're never gonna want to get yourself help to get clean. And I think parents need to really, on these young kids, it's being taught in the schools by people. Hell, they're smoking meth in middle school and high school. Like, things have changed since we were growing up. Like, stay in the phones. If your kids got phones, stay in their phones. They
Mm-hmm.
do not have privacy. They're under your care, under the age of 18. They never have any fucking privacy. You gotta know everything that your kid is doing. And thank God I was that type of mama, because I wouldn't have known
Amen.
half the shit that was going on.
And that's the main struggle. Like with my teenager, is that they will fight you tooth and nail for their privacy. I'm sorry, your privacy is when you're 18. Okay, until then, like Dee said, and you got to, and even the ones that seem like everything's fine and there's nothing going, like, it's still, and I hate to market to dig in your kids' stuff, but you really do have to.
Yes.
You got to be proactive with this kind of stuff.
And if your
And
kid is talking to you, listen. Listen to
Mm-hmm.
everything that they're saying. And you make that call to get them help while you can. Because I did it. I did all that for my son. I do it for all my kids. You got to listen to them. If they need somebody to talk to, don't tell them that you're too busy to listen. You need to listen to them right then and there, because ain't nothing worth pushing them off for when they're trying to open up to you. Because you, you got to be that open ear. Because if you push them off when they are ready to talk to you about something, you could be closing the door on yourself and your child for a lot of problems. And that's the problem. Like with my son, they in that house didn't care. They wasn't listening to when my son was having problems, and his life got out of control. And when I had him, I was forcing all this shit down his throat. Like, you're not going to use in my house. You're not going to do this. You're not going to do that. You're going to get yourself through school. Listen, Nick came to me failing high school, all F's. I got him enrolled in high school. I had the emails to every last teacher he had, and every last teacher didn't like me because I was in their inbox. What's Nick have for homework? What did Nick do to school today? Are you making sure that he's doing this in class? My son graduated high school with A's and B's and didn't even have to repeat the ninth grade because he was passing all his classes, because I didn't play that shit when it came to school. And my kids were smart. And I used to tell Nick, see, look at this. You went from all F's to A's and B's, almost straight A's almost. And you didn't even have to repeat the ninth grade. You're smart as a whip. Like, I don't understand why you felt like you didn't have any smarts or any intelligence. It's because that family over there wasn't paying him no mind. So he didn't apply himself, and he thought that he was dumb. There was nothing dumb about him. Not at all. That kid could tell me every song that came on the radio. He could tell me what song it was, who it was, and what album it came off of. And I told him, Nick, you're really smart. He's like, I know. You know, he's got that big old smile with them big old blue eyes. I used to take my hand and rub his head and be like, you're just silly as shit. You know that boy? I know, Ma. And then he liked the prank call too. Oh my God.
He's still pranking y'all now.
I said that in his
I'm gonna
obituary.
tell you. I was gonna say we talked about that pranking stuff because my dad did it and her son's doing it. But I'm gonna say this for me. I have an open door policy. When it comes to my girls, hold on, I'm losing you. When it comes to my girls, if they tell me the truth, they're not gonna get in trouble. They're
Yep.
not.
Yep.
If they
Because I
pull a
can
puncher.
listen. Yeah, I can defend the truth. I cannot defend a lie.
Yep.
So if you lie to me, we're done. We're just done because I can't defend a lie. So it's
No.
best just tell me the truth. Let's work it out because we can always work that out, right? We can fix that. If there's a problem, we can fix it. We can do it together. But if you lie to me, I can't do that. I mean, how can I fix that lie? I can't.
Exactly.
And I can't
Verbatim.
defend it
That's
either.
my job.
And you know what? They tell me everything.
Me
And
too. And sometimes you don't want to hear everything.
Yeah, you don't.
And
well,
my
no,
little
actually,
girl is
there's.
the
I mean,
same
I
way.
want to hear more. Like I'm like, well, I'm just. I mean, my little Mennonite children. I mean, I want to hear more. Like, good
Oh,
grief.
there's some
Like,
things you don't want to hear that you've got
well,
to
when I hope.
grasp
Oh,
that, oh my
well,
God,
it
my kid
says,
did this.
listen. Yeah, I do. I do. Really, I really do.
What you
And
doing,
one
big
day they
girl?
will. I hope. Quit calling her big girl. I told you.
She's my big girl. She's
Mm-mm,
doing all
she's
kind of
little.
stuff. She took 6 steps yesterday, huh?
Mm-mm, she's
Said my
little.
mommy got to see me take 6 steps.
I told you she was gonna be walking.
Mm-hmm. She's gonna be walking. I give her another 2 weeks. She's gonna be walking.
It's the prettiest baby.
Mm-hmm.
And that baby will keep you through. And listen, if anything, that baby in God will keep you going besides your other two babies. That
Oh
baby
yeah,
is a
yeah.
gift. That is an angel. And plus, well, I forgot your great grandbabies that are coming.
The
You're four and
grandpups.
one. God. Well,
Huh?
Dee, I'm sorry, but
You
Brooke
hear
will
her
be
act now?
helping. Yes, deliver it.
Uh
I'll gather my supplies.
huh.
I mean, I'll
But
catch him.
and
Well, did I didn't tell you what Christian told me? He was like, he said he was scared because he was laying in his room and he got up and he walked in the I guess he was going to the kitchen and walked past the bathroom, and then he came back through and he heard this loud clap and he screamed and went running through the house, and his fiance got up and was like, what the fuck was
mm,
that?
what was it?
uh, I don't know.
That was Nick. It was
He
Nick,
thinks it was
actually.
Nick because
It
I'm
was.
telling you.
he liked pranking people. So
And my daddy was the same way, honey. And the same thing. Right after my daddy passed, I was laying in my bed, and like I knew, and like I would get so mad and not really mad, but I'd be like, "Stop it!" Talking to my, like, because I knew it was my dad, and I knew he loved nothing. This is the same man that bought me a stripper for my 21st birthday at
Good
a
Lord.
surprise party that he threw for me, and thought it did it because he knew it was going to embarrass me to where I was like to nothing. Okay, and he loved embarrassing me. But one night I was laying in my bed and I had all this. I used to have this big cross wall in my house, um, back when those were like a thing. But I had taken them down, or I got something. I was doing something and I'd stacked them up in my closet, and they were flat. I mean, flat on a flat surface, flat. Okay, and then all of a sudden they come crashing down, and I'm like, I mean, and it just looking back on it now, I can remember being so aggravated. Um, because it's exactly what he was trying to do to me. It was aggravate me. And so that's exactly what Nick's doing. And you're going to
Mhm.
continue. And I'm telling you, I've got stories like these. I've probably got over a half a dozen of them that happened. Boom, 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 right in a row. It seemed like every few days for a couple of weeks. And yeah. And so just know and be on you won't even have to be on the lookout. That's going to come, it's going to be right in your face. So,
Oh
And
yeah.
it's for real. It's true. It's very true.
Hmm.
It's so true.
I'm not sure if I'd believe it
We
if
had
I
these
didn't witness it
combos.
and go through it myself. But
But everybody keeps telling me I have a hell of a intuition.
hmm
It's for
Like,
real. It's for real,
um,
baby.
I had a bad dream when Pierre got hit by them cars, and I seen everything. Like, I seen a body bag. I seen ambulances. The police now. The police were standing facing a brick. Like the police weren't saying anything, and I'm running around trying to figure out what the fuck was going on. And I woke up crying, and I'm immediately texting my oldest son like, something's fucked up. Something's about to happen. Stay in the house, and I'm like freaking out. And then I got that phone call the next morning that Pierre was in the hospital and had been hit by them cars, and he didn't survive, but then they brought him back. And I went running right down to freaking Arkansas and did my wifely duties, even though me and him weren't together. And the same thing with Nick. I had a bad dream and I saw and his girlfriend in it. I saw a dark car with tinted windows and I heard a gun go off and I jumped up and I literally was sweating so bad. I thought maybe I was jumped in the shower and jumped in the bed, soaking wet. And I'm immediately texting my son and I'm like, something's wrong, something's wrong. And then like 2 days later, I found out about my son. So everybody tells me I have a hell of an intuition. And the same thing when my dad had a bad car accident way back when I was like 15. I was laying in my mom's bed sleeping, and the police lights, I saw him in the window, and my dad was being arrested or something. And I jumped up out of the bed and I went and told my mom something's wrong with my dad. And then, like 30 minutes later, here comes a tow truck with my dad's car all mangled up. Somebody ran my dad off the road and he went over a cliff and damaged the whole car. It was totaled, but my dad was fine. And my mom said, "How the hell did you know that happened?" I said, "I don't know, but it's a special gift, I guess. I don't know."
It is.
Mm.
Mhm.
Well, again, you guys, I'm gonna say it again because for the people that have come in late, at the bottom of my screen is Dee's Cash App, and her Venmo. And again, if y'all could just whatever you can to spare to try I mean, just try to soften the brunt of what's going on in her life, it would definitely be most appreciated. Um, and it, like Terry Lynn said earlier, even a prayer, if no, if you can't do anything to help financially, just at least when you say your prayers at night, please keep Dee and her whole family in your
Mhm.
prayers. because it's gonna take a village to get her through this. And I think that together, cumulatively, we could definitely make this easier for her.
Amen.
And hopefully this whole community can join together, period, now, instead of fighting, because that's my whole hope that, you know, we can get this freaking drama out the way and actually talk about real things that happen in real life that
Yeah,
somebody may need our help with.
Mhm.
exactly. And, to create a place that's safe and where people feel like they could go and not be judged and not be trolled and not be, that'd be a really, really nice thing for all of us to have. I saw some of the comments earlier about how, people are sick of it. And I agree. And it's like, and believe you me, I don't want to be the catalyst to continue this nonsense. And while, I can do what I can or we can do what we can to stop it. It's gonna be. I really wish that others would also stop, because what makes it so difficult and what makes it so what's the word, just a tense environment, is that whenever it just is hard to be the bigger person sometimes, whenever it's incessant lying and incessant dragging and like it really is. But I mean, literally, if we could all not even come together, because Lord knows that those people aren't going to come together, so to speak. But if they could, on their own terms and in their own way, just stop, so everybody can just go to their groups that they like and enjoy themselves, instead of feeling all the things that we've been feeling the last few months, the last year and a half, whatever. Um, I mean, I think that everybody can do their part, and if everybody does their part, we might be able to see an end to all this.
I agree with that. I do agree with that.
Oh, Ann Graham's in here.
Ma'am,
She's been in here, D.
I didn't even see her. I haven't been looking at the.
Miss Ann
I
Graham, I don't know
appreciate
if
her.
she's still in.
I appreciate her
Um,
coming, because I did ask for her to be here when this was divulged, because she was the first person that heard me and the pain that I was
And
going through.
and and she was, and I know that she said some non very, I know Ann Graham does not like me, not at all, not even a little bit. But for her to have that courage to come in here and just to support D, I welcome anybody. I don't care what you've said about me or anybody else. As long as you're coming in here to support D, you are more than welcome. And I appreciate that so much. And it really does say a lot for the people that came in here tonight, that it probably wasn't the easiest thing for them to do, but they did it. And yeah, I think that says a lot about each and every one of you. And even the one, everybody in here, actually, thank you. Um, it warms my heart to know that there are so many good humans in our community. Um, and poor Anne gets, ousted for just standing up for what she believed was right. And she was right to stand up for it. And so again, thanks for all that, you guys, all of you.
Yep, it's greatly appreciated.
don't ever be scared to speak. You're not going to get cussed out. I don't know you, Sarah, but no one's going to curse you.
No, you're welcome here, Sarah B, and you can say whatever it is you like to say anytime.
The only person that cusses over here is Brooke. I'm kidding. That's a lot.
I do. I do have my moments. I do.
Uh,
Yeah, listen, Sassy did this whole thing right. See, I'm the one that did this all backwards. Or not even backwards. I mean, I strictly started this channel because of drama. And it doesn't mean it has to stay this way. I'd like
mm,
not to. I think everybody deserves a place that they can just go and be themselves and not be judged. And I think that is something that we're definitely going to work on moving forward. That does not mean, however, I cannot make any promises about not being,
Quit
because I'm
saying
only
that.
listen, I'm just trying to be upfront with everybody. I'm not trying to set myself up to fail.
I
But at the same time,
know. It's just, yeah, damn it, Brooke.
I'm just being honest here. I can't sit here and be on my high horse and be like, I'm never,
I
ever, ever,
know.
never, because I'm a human being and I have a really bad temper. And I get really, but it takes a long time to get me there a lot of the times. But then when it's there, so what I'm just trying to say is I'm going to do everything in my power to maintain a healthy, positive environment. And if sometimes I slip up, I hope that you will all forgive me for that if that happens. But I'm not
Yeah, we're,
foreshadowing that it will. I'm just saying over there,
girl,
everybody
we're
listening
all gonna
from
screw up.
I
No,
think it's not too much to ask if
no, we're
they
all
could
gonna
just
screw up, and we're gonna go off and lose our temper. It was what happens. We're human beings. We just really are. Except for the 4 and 1s.
4 and 1 puppies.
Yeah.
Get your 4 and 1 puppies.
Get your 4 and 1 puppies, Granny D. We done got rid of 2 of them or 3. No, I think you're doing good. I think you actually started it off really well. I mean, I wasn't nervous. Um, I
What
truly
about this
didn't.
stream tonight? Listen. I called Terry Lynn. I'm like, Terry Lynn, do you think Dee's gonna get mad
Uh,
if I I'm like, I'm not gonna drag. I'm not gonna drag. I'm just gonna voice my disapproval for this, and this, and that's what I did. And just that's all there is to
but you
it.
did it differently than you did it good. You did it and it was in a good way. It was very nice and
Take
tasteful, and you did good. I think
take
that
steps, baby.
you did. I mean, hey, you never know what's going to come out of somebody's fingers or their mouth or anything. So you just kind of just.
Well, I've been disconnected anyway, so I don't even know what happened with most. Like when Lisa called me tonight,
Mhm.
I was like, "Oh shit, they must be doing it tonight." So I came in, and because I wasn't aware that you were even going live tonight, I heard you were going live, but not what time or
I don't think
when.
you were
Well, I
listening to
know.
me,
And then
were
when I
you?
called Terry Linton back, I said, "So did you ask Dee if I could, if I could do it?" She's like, "I haven't talked to Dee." I was like, "Okay, well, I'm just gonna try to be tactful," I'm trying. But God,
I'm
there's so
like,
much I want to say, but we're not going to. I think it's all been
mm,
said. Just look around. It's not far. Find everything that you need to see in certain other platforms, if you will. So, um, but yeah,
yeah, we're gonna say our prayers for everybody. Listen, and a lot of people here may not agree with this. Okay, they really may not. I love Real. Okay, he's either love him or not kind of guy. This is a man that will check on you, and y'all may disagree at times too, but he's still a human being. At the end of the day, he's human, and you never know what people are going through. We never know what they're going through alone. You know,
mm,
and I guess I'm that person that I'm just gonna be there for my friend, and I try to be there for my friends. And if y'all could just count him in on a prayer too, I would appreciate that. Like, just give him a prayer when we're all lay down and say a prayer. Just kind of give a little prayer, you know, and a thought that he's still a human being no matter what.
no matter what. And not only that, but there's two sides that there was two forces of momentum that caused all this
Hmm.
today. And it's not fair to point fingers at one and not turn around and point them at the other because it took two different sides to get to this level. And you guys
Mhm.
find a little humanity and humility in your heart. At the end of the day, nobody, I can speak for myself and everybody in this panel and everybody in this room wants to see anything bad happen to anybody. No matter if it's
Mm-mm.
Maria, unfortunately, I have to say that's how I feel. And that's not
And I'm
unfortunate
gonna
of me. See
yes,
how I
I'm with
throw,
that.
throw those little jabs in there? I didn't mean to say that. But I'm serious. I don't want nothing bad to happen to her. God,
I
I
don't want anything
don't.
bad to happen
But
to
and there's no
anybody.
but.
I don't want to
There's no
read
but.
about you.
I don't.
I
And
just don't, I don't want to read about any of y'all. I don't. I rather
it,
just talk to y'all.
so have a little compassion, even for those you might not like. Uh, nobody. I don't think anybody wants to see anybody hurt physically,
Mm-mm.
hurting emotionally. And at the end of the day, you know, we are all, like Terry Lynn said, humans, and we have basic human rights. And I think that sometimes people forget that.
And we do screw up. God do screw up. And we don't listen, but we never know at the end of the day what one soul is going through. We don't. And we don't know what their mind's going through. We don't know what a person alone by themselves that they're going through. And a mind is a terrible place
Oh,
sometimes to
amen,
be
fun
stuck
size, and
in.
what a beautiful way to put that. Amen. Everybody can use a big old dose of humble pie every now and then for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
but
I
I
mean,
am. Go ahead. Thank you, Amy. Yeah. But and another thing, it's almost Christmas, y'all. It's almost Christmas, and
hmm
like, just think about others. If not all
hmm
year round, right now. I mean, while Christmas is a great happy time for a lot of people, think of people like Dee, and think of people like Real, and think about the people that were killed in the tornadoes last week. Think of all these families that no matter what they get wrapped under a tree, it's not going to be a good Christmas. And just extend some grace.
And also remember this, it's not about what's under that tree, it's about who's around it.
Absolutely.
A lot of people
Absolutely.
lose sight on that and they go buck wild. Remember, it's about your family. At the end of the day, it's about your family. Without them, that tree will never be complete, right? I mean, it won't be right.
Exactly.
So remember those people and
Well,
forget about all these presents.
I know my Christmas is gonna suck because my son is not here, and I ordered some like ornaments to go on my tree. It's one of his military photo. They can turn it into an ornament. They weren't expensive, but I'm gonna put him on my tree so he's there with us.
Well, that's
D, he is
great.
he is within you.
Mhm.
He is
He
always
definitely is.
within you.
Yep.
Don't ever lose that or not feel that because you are who he heard and what he heard for 9 months.
Yep.
She is still getting it.
Yes. She'll eventually fall
Well,
asleep.
I don't
And
want
she
to.
gets so
Uh,
excited watching these cartoons. It's crazy.
she sounds like my little boy when he's playing Fortnite. I
I'm
swear
surprised
something like
she's watching something different than Coco Melon.
Oh Lord.
I thought I heard the other day, D, when I saw some Coco Melon stuff, because I've never heard of that until you. And I saw something
Yeah.
Coco Melon the other day, and I thought of y'all.
She
But
told me about it and I was like, what is cocoa melon? Oh yeah.
see, for us, it was La 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 la. That's it. What is that? Elmo. Yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
God, don't
Elmo.
start
Yeah.
that shit.
And
Please
Barney.
not.
We did Barney, Elmo. Oh, that's the teenager. What else did she love? Let's see. Those are the big ones. And then
I
for the
remember
boy,
Thundercats.
oh yeah, and She-Ra and He-Man
Uh huh.
and Jim. Somebody, oh, my friend,
Oh my God.
was asking me the other day about Jim. I'm like, and the rockers? Yeah, I had the Barbie doll or the Jim doll with the earrings that lit up. Do y'all remember that doll? Oh, that was my jam. Jim was my jam. But yeah, for the boy it was Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, SpongeBob, and what was the other thing? Gosh, he liked to watch he liked certain movies. But yeah, it's definitely he thought it was Cocoa Puffs. No, it's Cocoa Melon. But I'm so glad that those shows are out of my ear reach because golly, I would hear that in my sleep. I would hear it in my sleep. Barney, yeah.
Oh
Oh,
God, I
good old
can't.
Barney.
Shit. Just Blues Clues. Let's just don't do this right now.
Yeah, my daughter loved the Blues Clues.
Oh
Oh, Paw
Lord.
Patrol.
Mm-mm.
Now it's all Marvel, which I can get down with. I can get down with Marvel. I'm totally looking forward, and I don't know if is Spider-Man Marvel. See, I don't now that I don't know. My son can tell you everything there is to know about everything about Marvel and DC and all that stuff. But I'm really happy that we've evolved to the grown-up type movies and shows. Yes, Jim and the holograms. Whoop whoop.
God, I can't believe I remember that stuff.
Harmony.
It's awful.
Never realized I should have made that rule. I torture myself, and now the little one watches YouTube all the time. It's unspeakable. And all this is just everybody's like, "Why do you always walk around in your earbuds in your ears at home?" Because it's either like football or unspeakable is in the background. So, but anyway, I we have been on for almost 3 hours. Um, I could talk. We could talk all night, Dee. And I think that, and I know whenever lost my dad, like, even though I didn't want to talk about it, uh, I was always talking about it. And it was because somewhere along the lines, it's like no matter what I wanted to do, because I didn't want to talk about it, I didn't want to think about it. But I would find myself talking about it a lot. And I think that's because that was a natural way or a natural mechanism within me to basically compensate for whatever I was going through and talking about it. You're going to find that it's going to be therapeutic for you and it's going to help you. Um, and you do this on your own time, but you know, n- when you do go on and you discuss all the things about Nick, you're going to end up inadvertently helping others and
Mhm.
um, while you help yourself. So
Right.
thank you for talking about it. You're welcome anytime obviously to come here, talk about it. We will go follow you on your platform to listen to you and be there for
Mhm.
you. And I know that we'll all come together and just try to help you through this as much as we can, even though we're far away.
And don't forget hashtag do it for Nicholas.
Yeah,
Do it for
yeah.
Nicholas. Yes,
But thank
ma'am.
y'all all
We're
for
gonna do it
coming.
for
Y'all are all
Nicholas.
so sweet. Um, I love each and every one of y'all. We all do. And I really appreciate everybody coming and giving Dee the opportunity to speak on this. Any final
Yep.
thoughts, ladies?
I'm
I want to
good.
read Stephanie said, D, thank you for sharing your heart. You have a bunch of people that are here for you.
Amen.
Natalie says you're keeping his memory alive.
Yep.
And Harmony says,
There it is. There it is,
do it for
Harmony.
Nicholas.
Yep.
And just know that we are a little community here that love the shit out of each other. Um, and we do our best to try to be there for each other.
I kind of thought I was sending like subliminal messages, like when I was posting my family, which I never trusted to do. And I just opened everything up. And then I was like putting on my stories like hashtag do it for Nicholas. I figured I was letting people know in a way without saying it too loud. But
But you
I,
know what? Unless they watched Officer Norman, they wouldn't know. But you know
right.
what gave you away were
Hmm.
the words you used. You used a word in past tense, and then I said, "D, you need to read that." But I don't even think you listened to me, honey.
Mm-mm. I think it's something to do with
Mm.
he used to love to do something with us or something. I don't know. But I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna leave it there.
And
I'm
I
not
was like,
changing
"D."
anything.
But yeah, that's what she said. But no, I mean, you know what? When if that officer could step out in faith, and I mean, I've been following this man since he was on Facebook. I've loved him forever. If he could step out and talk about his daughter and let go and show his humility, all that, let go of it, everything, humiliation, everything, and say, you know what, this is my daughter, and read that last letter. If anybody has a problem and they make fun of you, that's on them.
Hmm. That shows what type of person they are.
Mm-hmm.
It does. And,
Slice
again,
it.
I think we're just gonna have to. I don't honestly, to be honest with you, after tonight, I will be shocked and appalled if anybody has anything to say. But best wishes, and condolences, D. Because if it, and
Mm-hmm.
trust and believe that this whole no drama stuff that will be busted and broke open right away if I hear of anybody
Mm-hmm.
saying
I
one
don't think they will.
sideways word. Well, I'm just letting everybody
I
know.
I
And I mean,
know,
not
but
that
I
I should
think
be the
she
safe
started a
towards D.
movement.
Well, that's one of those examples of me gonna lose my shit. If anybody says anything
Mm-hmm.
untowards towards D or about her children or about any of this. So please, please find it within your souls to be decent humans.
And I'd like to see that hashtag do it for Nicholas everywhere, to be
Yeah, pick a
honest with you.
color. I wish we could type in color,
Hmm.
like Officer Norman does his in purple. I'd like to do.
I'd like to do the rainbow colors if there's a way.
That would be
Be-
pretty badass, right? Isn't there a way we
yeah,
could do that, guys?
because
I wonder.
believe it or not, at the end, my son was on that
You gotta
side.
save it
Hmm.
for your baby story.
Hmm. Hmm.
You're dirt for life if you speak badly. Let's see. And Sly said, and D, thanks for extending your hand. I knew it. Amy Lou says, much love and prayers for you and family, D. Sorry, my phone was charging.
Yeah, Sly, she kind of knew, but I was just like not ready to tell. And I kept telling her, I'm not ready to tell yet. I'm not ready to say anything yet because I was like, just like, ooh, down in the dumps. And, um, but I kept telling everybody I was gonna tell those who were wondering what happened. And I kept my promise. And I mean, I don't even sound the same when I talk. So,
You're gonna get there. It won't,
You know,
you're
D.
just gonna you'll be D, but you'll just be another form of D.
mm, oh,
And Sassy,
I'm gonna be
sorry, Susie
a
said,
better form because you know what? I'm the one who started this no drama movement, all for my son, because he knew about this shit too. Back, he used to walk in my room, he cussing them broads out again. And I was like, yeah, you know your mama, and he would laugh and go out the room. So he knew about it. None of them were in the dark of it, but I'm quite sure he would be like, damn, mom's doing all this for me. You know?
Yep.
Let me tell y'all shit.
What was it? Also, Susie said she DM'd you, D, so maybe check after we get off of here. Again,
Okay.
Susie is, I definitely recommend hooking up with that sweet woman. Because I mean, you need guidance from somebody who's been there, so it'll
Mhm.
just dampen the pain. I think if you're able to literally talk to somebody who's been exactly where you are and has worked through it.
Right. Mm-mm-mm.
Like I
Thank you,
said to you
Evolution.
before, I'm here always. My family is there for you, especially with time difference. If others are sleeping, I'm up here, is what Evolution says.
Oh, thanks,
That's
Evolution.
precious.
Oh yeah, I I told Evolution about everything that happened, and you know, I've talked to her for a while too, and I've had um I want to call it FaceTime, but it's with the messenger video.
I think I know. Yeah.
Yeah. I love Evolution. She's so sweet.
Straight to the point, damn it. She sure
Yep.
is. She is sweet. Absolutely.
And it feels good that I have like a whole bunch of women that support me and I support them, and I really
That's what
appreciate it.
this is supposed to be about.
Yeah.
Women empowerment.
I really appreciate
We,
y'all because I
yeah.
swear to God, I don't know where the hell I would be at right now if it wasn't for y'all and for my kids and my granddaughter and my family. Like, do
Well,
it,
one day
it,
we're
it
all going to be
helps.
in the same place.
I hope not.
At the truck stop?
Well, yeah, at the truck stop, but I just hope y'all don't go through anything that I've gone through right now.
No, we're going to meet at the truck stop. We're putting these hookers to work.
She meant in the same place, in the literal same place.
Yeah, this is not fun, I can tell you.
No, I'm talking about when we meet. We're meeting at the truck stop.
Oh, I thought I was just driving a. I just thought I was driving the truck up on your yard.
Remember we putting Brooke in there to work.
Oh yeah.
We ain't
I'll
gonna
let
even
y'all
tell
know what
that.
my hourly fee is for delivering mammals.
Oh,
We
dude, I
need to
forgot we
start
got
a
the delivering baby.
we need to start a puppy fucking taxi.
It's a 4-in-1 puppy, guys. You will
Yeah.
not regret it. What are those
Yep.
dogs again, D? What are the breeds? Boxer, pit,
Boxing pit and
uh,
bulldog pit.
yeah, there you go. 4-in-1
So it's
dog.
like
You'll never.
no, you can't count the pit twice, Terry
I
Lynn. So
am
that's
because
false
you never know,
advertisement.
girl. Girl and a boy, you have to count them twice because it's one's a girl, one's a boy. They got different anatomies down yonder.
So they
Plus, he's got
basically.
barbs.
Harmony. Answer your phone when Terry calls. And yeah,
I
and you
I
can
do
call
do.
whip.
me anytime, D.
Mm,
I haven't been wanting to bother D, and I've been really scared to call D, um, because I don't. And I talked to Terry Lynn about this last night, just because I don't handle. And I kind of said it earlier. This shit well at all, at all. Like I just avoid. But I also have been afraid because I don't know what if she wants to talk and stuff. So D, just call me anytime you want to talk. You know my schedule. You know when I'm up most of the time. Just text me, call me, whatever.
yeah, Brooke don't know what to say. She just she freezes.
Yeah,
She has
Yeah.
a freezer.
well,
She does freeze. She doesn't deal well with stuff like that. I picked up on that. She just don't know what to say.
Mm-hmm.
She tries to say, and she
right.
just freezes.
And the fact that she, out of everybody, knew Nick, like, because I had
Yeah.
Nick when me and Brooke became friends, and all of them, she knows all of them. She's talked to all of them, and
Hmm.
I think Savannah's been the one more that she's been talking to. Like
Hmm.
the kid that she talked to the most is my daughter. So
Hmm.
and even I sent photos of my granddaughter to her in the outfits that she bought for my granddaughter that she finally got to fit.
Little Tootie. She looks so cute in those
Uh-huh.
little clothes. Little Toot.
She
Uh-huh.
is little. Her lips
I
Mm.
do, yeah, Amy Lou, I do.
telling
I,
her to
I
be
block
cute.
it out, and it's a bad, and it's not necessarily bad. I won't say it's bad, but for me, it's bad because I mean, I was just telling Terry Lynn last night. One of my best friend's sisters was murdered by her husband in the front yard of their home last year, and I sat there and struggled, and some of y'all. I don't know. I even had that psychic lady come on my live stream out of nowhere on my Instagram, and she told me that some of the stuff she was saying wasn't right, I don't think. But then out of nowhere, she's like, you're about to have to go to a funeral." And let me tell y'all, whenever I lost, I couldn't eat over this. I mean, I was so upset. And I was just, it's like I don't sit there and bawl and start just losing it. I just blank. I have no affect, and that's how I was. And this lady came on my live stream and she's like, "You don't have to go. They're not even going to be there." And I took that and I was like, "That's it. I'm not going." I didn't. I was so stressed about forcing myself to have to go deal with this, not deal with it. And I felt so selfish because I was like, "This isn't even about me," but it's just it happens, I guess. And it's something I really need to try to work on instead of trying to avoid all the time. Um, but it's just something that happened, and I hate it. But I didn't go, and I still to this day feel so much regret. But that's just one example. I mean, that was, and then I mean to the point where her daddy's ended up saying something to saw my husband somewhere, and it literally ended up bringing that up, and like talk about like I don't know. It's something I have to work on. But it doesn't mean I've never been thinking about you nonstop, D, and been worried sick and everything. I told you
You're
that
just
night.
different, and we all deal differently. I think.
Yeah.
I'm a titty baby. Um, and you just kind
Just
of you listen. You kind of like distant a little bit back. You step back about 5 steps, and you just listen.
for sure.
And Dee's a crier,
Oh
and
yeah.
I usually,
she can scream.
yeah, yeah. But um, I think I don't know. I just wanted to say that, that you could always call any of us D, and we're all going to be here for you. Whether it's on the phone or Instagram or here or wherever, just know that you've got a huge support here, and we'll all be here for you anytime you need it. If you need anything.
Oh, definitely.
And
That's
so
why I
you
said.
just look
That's
at
why I gotta.
around.
That's why I gotta make sure everybody hears me. That I appreciate it with everything that I got in me.
And I'll
And I
do the
thank you
same.
for the ones that are helping me. I appreciate that. You know, that's one thing I will always say thank you because that's the person I am.
And
That's
again, the
true.
people that came in here that are probably going to get reprimanded or fussed at or exiled. That was real brave of you guys, and it really, again, I can't. I'm very impressed with that. So, thanks a lot. But anyway, oh yeah, you know it, Susie. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the stream because I'm sitting in my driveway. Not that I mind at all, but we've been on for a while. And yeah, oh, see, I'm losing words again, and this is literally what happens to me. But anyway, thanks everybody for coming, and yeah, y'all have a
Yep.
wonderful evening, and we'll all talk soon.
All right. Thank you guys.
We
Thanks,
love
everybody.
you.
We love you, D.
Love you.
I love you guys too.
Love you, knuckleheads.
See y'all soon.
Love you,
Bye, guys.
knucklehead.
Love you, knuckleheads.